I muted my mic for some reason. I don't know why I did that. What's up, everybody? It's Cliff. Happy Thursday. That means it's another great D&D adventure awaits us. Um, as per usual, everybody's not here, so we're still waiting. Um, but I hope everybody's doing good. This will be my first stream of the week. I had to take Monday and Tuesday off to deal with uh, some family issues. My wife's grandmother passed, so we had to go to New York for the funeral. So I drove there on Sunday, which is like a 10-hour drive. And then we were there for Monday for the funeral, Tuesday for services, and then we left at 4 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. We got home at like 2 p.m. and then I slept for like 12 hours. So, hey, Grinch, I appreciate that, man. Um, but yeah, but I'm back. It's D&D night, which is arguably the best night. Uh, and it's gonna be fun tonight. We're gonna have some fun. Um, all the things that I wanted to do as far as getting like the new layout, some of the other behind the scene things like getting music for you guys to hear and shit like that, obviously did not come to fruition. So hopefully by next week I should have all that squared away so we can have we can we can upgrade our what do we call that? Kian, help me out here. What do we call this?
Production value?
Yes, production value. We're gonna upgrade our production value by a lot. Um, so hopefully next week that should be good. I'm gonna be working this weekend on it, and next week we should have all that shit going. Yeah, yeah. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks to FaZe the Gamer for being the first one here. Thanks to Mr. Green for the host. And Grinch, what's going on, man? How are you? Thanks for being here as well. Um, yeah. So that's really all the housekeeping stuff I have. I don't really have much else. So until everything gets redone, we still have the same rules for interactions. So if you type exclamation point Amethil, um, ooh, and it sounds like someone already took advantage. FaZe gift subbing to Grinch. Look at you, you sexy motherfucker. Grinch, welcome back, man. Um, Grinch, just remember that. Wait, no, how would that work? I don't know how that works. Coins. Does that work that way? No. Hmm. September, yeah, $1 resubs. So if you get a gift sub, you can resub for $1. Thank you for that reminder. FaZe, that should have given you 100 Cliff coins, which means that you will have a chance to click on the Streamlabs app thing in the bottom corner here, and you'll be able to roll on the legendary table, which means that you will be able to interact, which actually was a good segue to what I was going to say. So, exclamation point Amethil shows you all the interactions that you can have. Using Cliff coins, which are just the in chat currency that you earn just from being here. You can interact, or if you want to do bits or any donations, those are definitely appreciated, and you can interact with those as well. And everything changes the way that the game runs, and can completely change the outcome of future events too. So yeah. So make sure you guys do that. Another thing that you guys could do is I could find this. Okay, yeah. Another thing you guys could do is there's community events. What community events are is if we get 5 new followers, or if we get 5 retweets to the tweet that was sent out at the start of the show, which is this guy, then it'll be a community event. And what the community event does is we put up a poll for you guys as a whole to decide on what happens. And it's just another fun way for you guys to be able to do that. Hey, Grinch, step away for a second, come back. A fucking legend. And I want to say that you get even the gifted people. I think get some form of the currency there too. So you should have enough to be able to interact with the game as well. So that's really all I have. Sin or Stark, do either one of you guys want to do recap?
I'm not sure if I remember completely what's going on. Hold on. I don't remember, but Maris Journal might have something. um,
I did it last time, but if you want, I could do it again.
I'll let you know. Hold on. No, I don't remember. Like anything past like the first like 20 minutes.
That's terrible.
I know. I'm sorry. Maybe it's like more important. It's like past like I don't know, like the first hour our time, but like 20 minutes from in game is like all I have written down.
Boo! I'm gonna subtract a player point for that. Jeez.
There you guys, John, if he wants to do it.
Is John on? Oh, John is on now. Oh, John. Well, seems like he's not responding. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it, son.
All right, let's see what I can remember. So from the ship ride, the first half of the ship ride, everything was fine. The second half, most of the crew got pretty ill from being on the ship, except for Devian. He had to help out with taking care of all of them once they arrived into town. They went straight over to the inn, and from there they found out that someone had paid for them to stay there for quite some time. So they left Ukto there for a little bit while they went to go get information. They went to one of the taverns there, met up with Balavar and Reyna. They found out that Balavar knew the way towards the temple or the Ashenvale. So we hung out there for a little bit. Marith played some music that got the whole crowd going, all four of them. Once it started getting a little dark, we went out to go get some camels. We were sitting there arguing about if we could come up with money for all of the camels. Then we found out that we only needed one, and we didn't even need the one. So Marith paid for that. We got Ukto from the inn and went off to go and find the Ashenvale. After I think it was a day's journey or half a day's journey, when we found an oasis.
It was about a 2-day journey for that.
There was a sign there that said, "This is the last place to refill your water skin." Then ... So we rested there for the night. Debian and Vardrock talked about how once we found the Ashenvale, we were going to kill all of them. And Vardrock said that was the plan. I didn't see any other way we could do it without doing that. So with that, we went to Merritt's, I don't know what to call it, his magic tent. And when we woke up, the tent was gone. We were all drenched in sweat, and we were trying to figure out how we should keep traveling, if we wanted to travel at night or keep going through the day. But since it was so close to us, we decided just to head out right there. We traveled half a day and rested again because Bolivar was getting hot. I think that's why we stopped. After we rested again, as soon as we set out, we seen a shadow of Orcus. So Vardrak rushed towards it. Everyone else was getting ready for a fight, and we found out that it was just the statue of Orcus, and we had reached the temple. So from there, we backed up over a dune and decided what to do. Devian ended up going in. He got some help from Marith. Marith turned him invisible for, I think it was a minute. He ran to what's this place called? The Temple of Orcus. Did some scouting there. He found out that there was no one, from what he can tell, left in the entire village. So he decided to go back and get the group to help him search. And as Devian was out doing his recon, Marith and Vardrak were getting into an argument, saying how if we were going to kill everybody, then the whole party should have been aware of this from the start and not just telling them right before that happened. And after Vardrak got mad and feared them all, Devian showed up, told him that there was no one in the village, so he grabbed the whole group. Marith played a song to give everyone 15 extra hit points, I think.
Temporary, yep.
Yeah. So Vardrak was pumped. The whole group, we ran into the town. We went to the inn first. Couldn't find anything there. Went to the temple afterwards, and we were searching there when we heard a noise behind the door. So we told everyone we were about to open the door. Vardrak was standing ready with his weapon. And once we opened it, we seen a kid cowering behind some covers, and that's where we stopped.
Perfect. Thank you. You get yourself your player point for that.
I remembered a lot more than I thought I did.
You're up to 8 player points right now. Remember, 10 is the cap.
Yep.
Can you guys hear me yet?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can hear you now.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for that. So final little housekeeping bits. Players, remember that you do have your player points that you can spend. Also remember, if there's anything that you want to do whatsoever, as long as it seems like it would make sense within the context of what you're going to do, I'll let you attempt it. So yeah, so feel free to think creatively and outside the box. And with that, I was kind of hoping we would have more people on by now. But with that, yeah, so as you guys are looking through the temple, you hear the rustling coming from a room. You open up the door and you see this child sitting on a bed with his knees up to his chest, and he's got covers pulled up. And he's just afraid in the corner.
Devian's gonna drop his bow a little bit, but keep the arrow like cocked, and he's gonna walk over to the bed and kind of pull away, gonna like put his arrow away, pull away the covers, and just stare at the kid.
And I mean, as you pull the cover away, he gasps. Who are you guys? What do you want?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name's Keller. I live here.
Where is everyone else? Why have they left you here by yourself?
Everyone else, they went to go find this temple they've been talking about. I got lost along the way and managed to find my way back here.
Do you remember the direction they left in? I might be able to catch up with them.
How old does this kid look in human years?
He's about 10 years old.
Okay.
They went south somewhere. To an old temple.
Do you mind coming outside to show us the general direction? We don't want to head in the wrong way and get lost as you did.
I mean, I don't think that they're gonna I don't think that they're gonna want you guys there though.
We were called in to help by one of the other people here. They went to town, asked for some backup. They didn't know if things were gonna get sketchy when they got in there.
Go ahead and give me a deception check. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can show you which way to go. I don't know the way though. I just know which way they left from here.
How soon ago did they leave?
They left like 2 days ago.
Did they say when they would be returning?
No, they're looking for something.
Okay. Well, we should get going then. Can you show us the way?
Um, yeah, I guess. He like slowly slides off the bed and he's looking up at you guys.
Devin's just gonna walk to the front of the temple.
And he's following you out and he's walking and he's looking around nervously at you guys. And he walks out of the temple and he walks down to the main thoroughway of the street and he turns left and then he starts heading down and then he stops at like the edge of the town and he just points south. He's like, they went that way.
Looking at this kid, can I discern if he's like being deceitful right now? What would I roll for that?
You could do a perception check.
Okay.
To you, everything seems like it's on the level. He doesn't look like he's trying to pull one over on you.
Okay.
Bardrex is quietly following Devian. He still has his ring on, and he has not said a word or revealed himself to this kid.
Okay, so you're still invisible then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Devian's been walking behind the kid this whole time as he led the way. Just still standing behind him, like just in a straight line that way. Didn't veer off in any different paths.
Do you see any other path? Mareth kind of laughs a little bit as he like gestures to the open sands.
Yeah, I mean, there you could see that there's like there's somewhere in the sand going in a general direction, but there's no like official path or anything like that.
Hopefully, we can make our way up and catch up to him in case anything happens. And Devian's going to like crouch down next to the kid. Like, I think I might see someone coming back over there. Do you see what I'm talking about? And if the kid like looks in that direction, he's going to draw his bow.
Oh, you are awful. Can I roll for a reaction to move his bow before he shoots? I can't let that happen. I have to try to do something about that.
Yeah, so I guess
I'm gonna try to grab his wrist and push it up so he shoots up and like up into the air and out of the way.
I would do
up,
it,
but like out.
yeah, I would do a straight dex check. And Sin do a dex save.
No.
Oh boy.
I mean, the kid turns around to look like in the direction that you pointed, and you knock the arrow and pull it back, and as you do so, you see Mareth like almost like jumping towards you.
Can I? No, I wouldn't be able to cast something, would I? No.
I mean, do you have anything that you think you could cast realistically within like
Quickly?
the fraction of a second it takes for him to let this arrow go?
Maybe. Hold on. One second.
So, Marith's interruption aside, like, what is your intention? How is this playing out?
He's a kid. I don't want him to suffer. I'm putting the arrow right to the back of his skull.
The kid, I don't want him to suffer.
Good guy, Divian.
So I plan on doing Tasha's hideous laughter, and he gets this out as fast as he can. It's like a limerick, or more like a. It's not really a limerick. It says, "Here's one you haven't heard before. I hope it puts you on the floor." And I try to like Tasha's hideous laughter you before you. With poetry. Really quickly. I think I have to.
You got to succeed a wisdom saving throw. Go ahead and do a wisdom save, Sin.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, because I can roll that.
Oh yeah. You could just cast it on him, target him, and cast it.
Okay.
If he does lower than a 12, we'll use a 12 since I already had him do it.
Fuck.
Well, no. He failed.
He failed.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He rolled a 12 against your 17.
Okay.
So yeah. So you as you knock this arrow, you hear this word. These words come out of Marith's lips, and as they do, just almost involuntarily, like you just drop to the ground.
As Meredith sees that he is incapacitated, he goes over to this kid and just embraces him, like holding him, like, if you're gonna hit him, you have to hit me. And turns his back to the party. I can't let you do this.
And the kid's none the wiser. He don't know what's going on. He just you come up and almost shield him, and he's like looking around. Are you guys gonna bring back my Papa safe?
Am I like knocked out, or did I just fall, or what?
You're laughing uncontrollably. You
Okay.
are like, you cannot stop laughing. Have you ever had a giggle fit?
Yeah.
It's like that, but like 10 times worse.
For 1 minute straight.
Yeah.
God.
So, Sin, I just want you to actually RP this, so start laughing now. Keep going. Just nonstop.
If I can, I'm gonna like try to get as much bearing as I can. And I'm just gonna yell out, Vardrock, do it!
I hold this kid closer to me. I like pull him closer into an embrace. Like I am hugging the shit out of him.
And this kid's just weirded out at this point, like why is he just laughing like that? It's weird. Is he okay?
You Vardrak is like, you can feel him standing next to you, Marith.
Mm-hmm.
And he just says, well, whether we do it now or later, it has to be done. You know this.
No, I don't know this. If someone had put me out of my misery when I was his age, I wouldn't be here now.
Sure that goes for any of us.
Then you can understand. Don't place the actions of his elders on him. He can change. He can be different. Like how I was different.
So, what do you propose? We bring him into combat against his family with
I
us?
propose that you allow him to leave.
That is not my call, and it's not my mission. The one that you need to be concerned with is laughing hysterically right now. I'm guessing because
Right?
of
It's
whatever.
not your call and it's not your mission. It's not for you to decide if he gets to live the rest of his life or not.
I didn't say it was.
Good, then let him go.
I'm not the one holding him.
If I let him go and you kill him,
This child is no threat to me.
good. Then we agree to let him live.
I can't make an agreement for other people.
But you can agree for yourself.
I will not kill this child.
And your pet won't kill this child either.
I wouldn't call Divian that.
The thing you rode here. I
Asha,
can't quite call it a horse because it's not a horse.
Asha and I are of a symbiotic relationship. She will not do anything that I wouldn't want her to.
Okay.
But death wants this child.
This child has done nothing wrong. The innocence of a child is... If death wants this child, then let death come for this child.
And
Not
the 1
this
minute
man.
is up.
I think that has.
Stands up behind him and grips Marith on the shoulder. And like,
What
leans in.
is your bow made out of?
Obsidian?
It's made out of like a petrified treant.
Okay. Is it more mineral at that point?
Asking for a friend.
I mean, it would be about as much. It's a wood, so it would be a wood composite.
Okay.
Debian puts his hand on your shoulder and he leans in and he kind of whispers like, death has come for this child. And I am going to make a strength check to throw your ass off.
Okay. 1 second.
Fuck.
Strength save. Right?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. 1 second. I'm too well equipped for this kind of situation, Cliff. This is bad. I'm gonna turn and polymorph him.
Oh my god.
Oh
You're gonna polymorph Devian?
Yes.
Okay.
Into. Gonna polymorph him into a gecko. Like a little lizard that I probably is running around here. I'm going off of fauna that I've seen in this area.
Okay, that's perfect.
And then I'm going to tell the kid to run. Down this kind of like alley here. I'm gonna like push him through and tell him to run.
The
And
one
hide.
immediately to your east?
Yeah.
Wait, did you have to cast that? Is it?
Yeah,
Something
there's a
can be
cast
said.
to it.
I can pull up a limerick for you if you'd
Remember?
like. uh,
Yeah, so you're gonna have to actually cast it on him. He has to make a wisdom saving throw. It says.
okay.
I'm assuming he is unwilling.
Yeah. Flavor.
And so you guys know, and for anybody watching this, so you guys know, so the variant of polymorph that I will be using in this world is if you are like a gecko, you have like a gecko's hit points, and if you die during that, you don't just turn back into yourself. If you die during that, you turn back into yourself unconscious. And things are exponential. So if you're like the size of an ant and someone steps on you, you're not going to take the same amount of damage you would take as if you were a person and someone stepped on you. Someone stepping on you when you're an ant means it's pretty much fatal. So just keep that in mind.
Shit. I can't find anything for it. I don't have anything for that. Oh no. Would you allow me to cast it still, or do you like absolutely need something set?
I mean, I kind of want something.
Okay.
Come on, wizard and lizard, go.
Not a poet. Hold on. These are like things that I need to like prepare that I haven't prepared. I'm so fucking busy. Sorry.
Seeing as your heart is cold as a blizzard, see how you like being a little lizard.
Yep, that.
You know.
Okay, yep, thank you. Best DM.
I didn't even look anything up. All off the brain.
Nice, good for you.
20 years of being a rapper. Finally has a purpose.
I am targeted still, so I will. Polymorph.
Holy shit.
What?
Oh boy.
He slightly resisted.
He like, nah.
I still push the kid and tell him to run.
Okay. So
Well, I mean, I said I was gonna do that anyway.
yeah, so you say it, you push the kid takes off running towards the east.
Nah, shooting an arrow.
Can I roll to tackle him as a reaction?
Yeah, you could try to tackle him.
Okay. If I can turn around and see that he hasn't morphed. Or probably just hearing that arrow knock is a good indicator. So what do you want? Dexterity, athletics?
Athletics or just raw strength.
Okay.
And Devian, you can either do a strength, athletics, or dex acrobatic save. All right, so
Good too, and he's just damn.
So Marith, you have one more last ditch attempt before this arrow gets let loose.
Okay. Hypnotic pattern?
You gonna try to do what?
hypnotic pattern
Okay.
right in front of Jivian's face. So it says you create a twisting pattern of colors that weave through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in an area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Does it say you get to choose, or is it saying anybody within that range?
Right, I would assume not me, because I'm casting it. But yeah, anybody within range.
Oh, fuck.
I don't think I can be affected by that, seeing as I casted it.
Maybe you're just that good.
Well, I mean, if you know what's going to happen, right? Like, if I know I'm going to put a hypnotic pattern in front of your face, I would think that I wouldn't be affected by it, but sure.
You're gonna have to target everybody else here, though.
Okay.
And this will knock you out of invisibility if it hits you, Vardrock.
Yep. And I also want to remind everyone that anyone staying within 10 feet has an extra +4 to saves.
Which is...
Now you say that.
I just remembered, yeah, it's a new ability.
That looks like basically everybody would be. The only person that failed was... Devian, Vakta, Balavar, all failed.
Okay, now, while he is hypnotized, if he breaks out of that, I am going to tackle him to the ground. Because his ass isn't going anywhere.
So he's hypnotized right now. The kid took off running. Hypnotic pattern lasts for up to a minute.
That does the +4 factored in?
Well, Devian's outside of 10 feet from you.
Okay.
Devian and Vakta are the only two that are outside the 10-foot range.
Cool.
So yeah, so he's standing there under your control for 1 minute. And the kid is skedaddling.
Put the bow away.
He puts it away.
Death will come for this child when death comes for this child. You are not death. You do not make those decisions. I understand that you are under her will, but you will not take that potential life into your own hands. That is not for you to decide. That is innocence.
Sorry to say, Marith, though your goals are just from your standpoint, I completely understand. I believe his will is done regardless. How long do you think that child is going to survive out in the desert by itself?
He deserves the chance to. You don't know the potential of that child any more than I know the potential of that child. I don't know the skills that he has. But he could very well make it, and he could be different.
He could.
And every child deserves a chance to do that. Just as I deserved the chance to do that. Just as someone took mercy on me to do that.
Well then, may Tiamat's strength be with him. Shall we
Marith,
go now?
Marith nods. And he looks at Devian and he goes, "Shall we?"
It just follows behind you.
So within that 1 minute, that kid can run 300 feet. Somewhere.
Knocks an arrow.
Well, I don't
Since
assume...
he's 10 years of age. He's probably wise enough to know that he should be hiding and not running in a straight fucking line like an idiot.
I mean, you don't know his intelligence modifier.
I don't. And if it is that low, then by God, he'll just run a straight line. And just...
So
I
you think-
assume that he's lived here. He knows the outlay. He's probably going to duck and cover if he thinks someone is trying to kill him. Which, with the urgency of Meredith's voice, was like pretty obvious
Maris
that
yelling
you're
out
in
at
some
the
sort of
desert-
danger.
yelling out the desert. Zigzag, goddammit!
God damn it, Rickon!
Why are you running in a straight line?
God damn it! I will not have any Game of Thrones moments in this campaign.
So he takes off running. By the time the minute's up, like I said, he's 300 plus feet away from here somewhere. I don't think any of you guys tried keeping an eye on him, so none of you guys know which way he ran. And by the time the minute's up, Bacta and Devian both come to their own consciousness.
Do I know what happened?
Yeah. Let me see. Pattern says rain appears feels a charm for the duration while the charm spell creature incapacitated has speed of 0.
I
Well,
believe
and-
charm. I believe the spell charm states that the person who was charmed knows that they were charmed, and who they were charmed by. I don't know if like hypnotic pattern would really blatantly be like, oh, this person cast that, especially if he was faced away from me. However, nobody in this party has done that spell yet.
Well, it
So-
doesn't say actually. So it doesn't reference the spell charmed. It references the effect of charmed,
Oh.
and it just says like charmed creature can attack the charmer or the target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. The charmer has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature. That's it. So I would say that you were there, you just weren't of your own will. So yeah, you saw the kid take off running towards the east somewhere. You heard everything that was going on. So yeah, you know what's going on.
And in the time that they were, the kid was running everything, Vardrak kind of sent a message to Asha to bring the camel over to where they are.
What a good lizard mount horse thing. So cute.
She's so pretty.
Why are they so big though? It's not supposed to be. Hold on. Make that fit in the square properly. Okay.
Huge size.
So yeah, a few moments later, while this is all going on, you see Asha walking down the path with the reins of the camel in his mouth, and Ukto on the camel, and she's got like this sprig of some herb in her mouth, and she's actually like holding herself up. She's kind of like groggy. She looks like she was like she has a hangover almost, but she's like lucid.
Devian puts his arm out towards the east as Raven flies off in that direction. And he's going to look at Marith like, you're not helping this child right now. You're not helping yourself right now.
You're the one trying to kill him. What do you mean I'm not helping? You're actively trying to murder a child.
His
This is of
soul,
your doing. This is not of my doing. This is of your doing.
his soul is in a bad place right now. The
Then
Raven,
let his soul leave of its own volition.
Yeah,
Let
the
him
Raven
decide when he
Queen.
dies.
Ukto looks so confused. Like, what? We're murdering children?
He's trying to murder a child, and he like points right at Devian.
So either swift arrow to the back of the neck, dead instantly, or 2 weeks slowly dying in a desert.
You don't know his skills. He's
That's
lived
what I
here his
said.
entire life.
You hear a voice saying, "That's what I said," but you don't know where it's coming from.
Ukto goes like kind of clumsily in her bag and pulls out like a medical first aid manual and is like, well, people can only survive for 2 weeks without water. Like,
Let him
here's the
try.
book. It's not about willpower. It's
It is.
you can't will yourself into not being thirsty. It doesn't work that way.
To be fair,
Die.
to be fair and to interject as God here, it would not be without reason to assume that there is water in this village somewhere. Either like a wellspring
People have
or
thrived here. Obviously, there's building.
right. So there are buildings here. Most of them are like lean-tos and like tents, but like there are buildings here. So I mean, like I said, it goes with. It's not too far-fetched to assume that they probably have the basic necessities here. Although they may have took them all with them, but just in general.
My raven flew about 100 feet to the right of me. I'm gonna do perception to see if he can find anything.
Okay. No, your raven is not relaying anything back of like the location of where he went.
Anything else we need from this place?
My raven comes back and it lands on my shoulder. I'm like, I guess not.
I feel like the thing that they may be looking for is the thing that we are also looking for. It would probably suit us best to get there as soon as we can, before we lose that book for good.
And with that, you see like kind of like this fiery aura appear where Vardrak is standing, and he becomes visible as you see his arms outreached, and he starts shooting a few fireballs into the tents and buildings of the town around you. And Cliff, does it look like the buildings are close enough where the fire would just continue to spread if he just stopped there?
Probably not. I mean, some of them probably would, but like if you're trying to do like clear the city, no, definitely not. So the buildings to the west, they're actual like buildings like built out of like sandstone, and they're a little bit more rigid in shape. Some of the homes to the east and to the north are as well, but most of the smaller ones are like tents and lean-tos.
Okay. He's going to hop on Asha's back, and he's just going to ride through a little bit and just make sure all the tents and anything flammable is in flames, and then rejoins the group.
How many spell slots do you have to cast Fireball?
Not actually the spell Fireball. He's going to be doing between Firebolt, which Firebolt and Bonfire, which are both cantrips.
Okay. Do they have the ability to actually catch things on fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me just make sure Firebolt does. Yeah, flammable objects hit by a spell ignites. Yep.
Okay. So you're fucking doing riding up and down each of the little side streets and just burning everything down.
Yep.
Fucking like the anti-Paul Revere.
Yep.
Is that big temple surrounding that statue, is that flammable?
It does not appear to be. So that temple, I don't know if you guys remember from last week's session, but it's made out of like a dark stone that looks out of place from this area.
Okay. Then there's a chance. If there's hope, I'm fine with that.
All right, we should get going.
Devian walks over to Marith. If you stop me again, you're an enemy. And he just turns around and walks away.
Bring it.
Vardrak doesn't even react. He just starts walking slowly, keeping pace next. Like he grabs the reins for the camel and is kind of helping it keep pace with him.
All right. So you guys are just heading south out of town now?
Yep.
In the direction that the kid told you to go to? Who's taking point? Who's gonna be like the navigator trying to find their way through the desert?
Really quick before they leave, Ukdo turns back and kind of raises a hand outwards, like toward where the kid, or like toward the city, and is like, "May Tiamat bless and guide their souls to the true path."
I catch that.
Yeah, I mean you're within. Yeah.
She's not quiet about it.
Meredith looks back at her and nods, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Since you said the ground, like you can see where it's been walked on before, I'm gonna take point and try to track them down.
All right, go ahead.
I'll take the back.
Go ahead and do a survival check with advantage. All right. And what is your guys' marching order? We haven't done this in a while.
Vardrak's gonna be right behind Divian, with Ukdo on the camel next to him.
I said before I'm taking the back, so I'll stand by that.
And then
I'm wherever this camel is situated.
Okay. All right, so I got Devian, Vardrak, Ukto, Vakta, Reyna, Balavar, and then Marith.
That sounds good.
All right, so you guys travel out into the desert, and for the rest of the day's journey from you guys actually traveling through, it's pretty clear to tell which way they went to. Even after night falls and the moon's out, it's still light enough, and there's kind of a clear-cut path as to where they go. You guys make camp in the little tiny hut, all that good stuff. As you take out the next day, a few hours through the journey, the path itself starts to dissipate, and it becomes a lot harder to tell where it's going. You see the path kind of start to head west, and you see that there's another one that continues heading south, and that one looks like it's a lot more faded, like not as well traveled. Which way do you guys want to go?
The kid said the people took off. Was it 3 days ago now? I feel like the path would be really noticeable. Maybe they just kept heading south.
Okay, so you're gonna keep heading south then?
That's my input.
Well, you're leading the crew.
Since he's navigating, yeah.
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 All right, so you guys travel south for another day. Go ahead and give me another survival check with advantage, please.
Cliff, do I need to know anything for that legendary table roll, or?
Nope, not yet. So you guys travel for another day, and as it's are you guys still traveling like mostly at night and then resting during day?
Now that that's what we had agreed on as a group, so yeah.
Okay. So by the time daybreak of the second day, well, which would technically be the third day, daybreak of the third day happens. You guys stumble upon this area where there's a few tents pitched up, and there's this like rock facing like a cliff, and it looks like the area was excavated with some sort of machinery. As there's like a perfectly clear-cut V shape, like creating like a channel, and you can see that there's this staircase that goes down and around into the mountain itself.
Do we see anyone at the tents?
You don't see anybody actively at the tents.
All right, I'm gonna walk over to the tents first.
Fardrak's gonna hang back until he gets done, assuming he's scouting again.
Anybody else plan on like moving in with him, or are you guys all waiting back too?
Earth will
Well,
sit
it's
down and
everyone.
like kind of quietly try to like tune his lute.
Okay.
Yeah, if I notice everyone is staying back, I'm gonna stealth it up.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check. As you walk over to the tents, they look like they were used for almost like barracks. Like you see that there are numerous bedrolls in both the tents. The bedrolls are unmade. They look like possibly like someone could be potentially heading back to them at some point. But you don't see any people.
Devin's gonna come out of the tents, look towards the group, and try to gesture them over.
Fardrak will make his way over.
Marith puts his lute away and walks over.
And by this time, Ukto, you're feeling much better, like through the herbs and the medicine that you've been giving yourself along the trip. You're feeling basically 100% by now.
Awesome. She's gonna be up on the camp, like, wait, guys, help! I help. How do I get down? And like tries to get down and just fails miserably. Like foot gets stuck in a harness and like face plants into the dirt. And
Marith will like see this happening, kind of rush over and offer her a hand to help her up.
Yeah, so you fall off the camel, you take 1 point of damage.
ow.
Devian walks to the edge of the cliff and he sends his raven down into the ravine to scout it out.
It's not really a ravine. Like I said, it's like a channel that was dug down. It basically made like a walking slope that went about 20 feet or so down to which looks like something like it was a pre-existing entrance to this that had been buried.
Oh, okay. And he just looks at the rest of the group. So, you guys ready to head in?
I guess so.
He looks at the rest of the group. If anyone isn't willing to get their hands dirty, don't join. And he's just staring at Marith as he says this.
Marith walks up.
Walks off where?
Walks up.
Oh, okay.
If
Looks over.
ripping a child's innocence away from them and their life and their opportunity away from them is the same as getting my hands dirty, I think you have very, very much to learn about who I am as a person.
If it
But
was
he
up
walks
to
towards the cave.
He looks over at Ukto. What about you? You feeling up to this? You feeling better?
I might puke. I apologize in advance, but I'm coming with you.
Puke on the enemy.
I'll do my best.
Just stay close. Don't wander too far. After you, Divian.
Devin that's going in. As soon as he gets near the entrance, he's gonna kind of stealthily enter, see if he can hear anything or see anyone in there.
You guys doing the same order again?
I'm gonna try to be more middle group this time.
All right, hit me with an order. Who's going in first?
Devin.
Divian, Vardrak will continue to follow closely behind him in case something jumps off.
Okay.
Bolivar is going to be at the back for sure.
Yeah. Since Marath kind of walked like up towards the cave, as the group is going through, he's going to kind of like interject behind Ukto, if she's still like middle, where she was, assuming that she's where she was.
Yep,
Okay.
staying in the middle.
Okay. So I'll be in front of Reyna, so I'm between Reyna and Ukto.
Yep, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, see if it loads.
But I hope it does.
Well, mine didn't even. Oh, there it is.
Yes. Can I close out of this other one? Are we going to be using it?
Yep, you can close out of it.
I do not want run as few things as possible.
At any time when we're doing these, if we have multiple maps open, like the one that we're actively using, you can close all the rest of them. I always reopen them afterwards anyways.
All right.
All right, so you guys, there's like this winding staircase that takes you guys around, and you go down, which seems to be about 15, 20 feet below even where the carved out surface was. And as the staircase wraps around, you find yourself in this hallway. There's this long flight of stairs, and at the end of the hallway, it looks like there's a passage that juts to your guys' right, and then it extends 100 feet or so in front of you as well.
Livian's going to walk up to the first passage and peek into it, see if he can see anything.
Well, I mean, whatever you guys plan on doing, move yourself around to where you plan on doing it.
Yeah. Or like right here.
I mean, as you look down that corridor there, you can see that there's another tunnel that snakes around to the right.
All right, he's going to send his Raven down to the second passageway at the end of the hallway. And see if he sees or hears anything on that side.
All right, go ahead and do a perception check. Your Raven sees as you fly around that the tunnel ends at a door. Looks like there is a like giant sandstone door at the end of this hallway.
All right, he's going to call the Raven back and turn right. And if there's nothing interesting, he's just going to keep going.
I mean, the halls look like they were carved a long time ago by hand. You get the idea that the floor is somewhat shallower than it normally would have been, as there's loose sand under your feet instead of any sort of hard stone. And there's different sorts of carvings in the wall of like people, it seems like, but the sand has at this point just took most of the fine detail work out of them. There's no light source that you see though, so if anybody does not have dark vision, you're gonna have fun.
This door.
Yep.
All right. Do I hear anything on the other side of it?
You don't. It's been eerily quiet since you guys have come into here. You don't hear any sound of shuffling or feet or anything. The air is very cool and dry, and if anybody has ever been into a crypt or anything like that, there's a very, very strong like musk smell, like it's a crypt.
Based on that and the carvings on the wall, would I be able to do a knowledge religion check?
Yeah, go ahead and do religion.
Wow,
What?
have you guys seen the sand on the ground? Look at it. It's so fun to scuff it.
What are you trying to discern?
Well, usually big buildings, creepy underground buildings like this, and combined with the fact it smells like undeath, indicates that it's probably a tomb, and tombs usually have religious connotations. So I'm trying to see if there's any indication of who this is a tomb for, or if this is like some sort of religious site.
Yeah, I mean, as you look at like the carvings in the wall, it's really hard to be able to nail it down. You do see that there are some like religious references, but it doesn't seem like it's pertaining to any like specific deity. And the sand has etched away so much of the fine details that it's really hard to be able to pinpoint exactly what this was to.
Gotcha.
It does look like a temple, though.
All right. He's gonna gesture to the rest of the group that he's about to open this door.
Have you checked it for traps?
No.
You should do that.
What would that be, Cliff?
Do you have any sort of like expertise in it or anything?
Meredith looks at him, paused there at the door, and says, "Do you know how to do that?"
I don't think I have any expertise in that.
He taps Vakta on the shoulder.
Yeah.
He like moves up next to her and just kind of taps her on the shoulder and goes,
Well, I mean, so just so I'm sure that we're on the same page here, it looks like Debian went off on his own and is not near you guys.
Well, I meant to go up there. I just didn't know if like.
Oh yeah, no, please
you
move
move
yourself
forward?
around where you plan on
Okay.
going to, so I know what's going on.
Okay. So he'll like move up, I guess, kind of like inching past Ukto and is like, do you want to check that door for traps?
Are you asking me?
No, he taps Vakta on the shoulder. He just kind of inches past Ukto to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But, I mean, yeah, and then he'll like scoot backwards.
Octa's like, guess I'll give it a try. And she walks up and she starts like sliding her hand down the door and she's checking like the handles and she's looking under it and looking around the rim and everything. It doesn't look like there's any.
All right, I'm gonna gesture at everyone to stand back a little bit while I open it. Then.
Marith will kind of like beckon Vakta over like out of that doorway, like kind of back behind her. If she comes over.
Roger just kind of crosses his arms and leans back against the wall.
Marith is shooting him this gaze like you are fucking crazy.
All right, if I could get the door open, I'm going inside the next room.
Well, as you try to open it, it feels almost as if it's stuck.
Well, I feel like we may be able to get this open with force. If you guys want to try that.
Sure. Did you want to check down the other hallway before we make all the noise this temple needs to be alerted to where we are?
Stealthy.
Devian's gonna start
Yeah.
heading towards the other side, and he's gonna tell him like, if my raven comes to me, something happened, and his raven's just gonna sit there and stand next to Vardrock. So,
Does Vardrock punch the raven?
Oh my god, it's
Hey.
Reyna.
Hey.
Stealthy.
Stealthy.
I am the stealthiest dwarf, even in my chainmail.
So as you round that corner there, Devian, you notice that there's a carved inlet right ahead of you,
Well, I should-
and there appears to be some sort of a shrine there.
Oh, you okay? No, I misunderstood.
what? Like, let's have Aerith go back.
What are you doing?
You guys see Marith walk.
Just you.
You guys see Marith walk away, and then you just hear him running back.
Do I know who the shrine is for?
Do a religious check.
Oh no.
Vardrock.
Oh yeah. No, it's secretly the goblins, guys. Just them down here.
You have no idea who it's to. You've never seen anything like this before.
Somehow this dungeon connects to the sewers in Durin.
He's just gonna bypass it and go.
And as you look on at the very end of that hallway, there's another shrine that looks slightly different.
He's gonna attempt to open this door.
I missed that keyboard.
Oh, like the door's creaking. I can hear it.
Somebody's tapping on the other side of this big door.
All right, so you're gonna open. You said you're gonna go through that one.
Yeah, if it
Okay.
opens.
Do.
Can you share a map with me if there is one?
Of course, there is one.
Aw.
You didn't. It didn't.
Fantastic.
It didn't show that you claimed your character, so I don't think it's gonna show it to you.
Oh, I see the map, but I have not claimed Rena yet.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you got
Just
it.
a euphemism.
Um.
Aw, it still shows Syrian on here.
So it's
Well,
a.
now the character's disappeared after I claimed my token. I think.
I just re-synced it with you. It takes a second to load.
It loaded for me, so you should be good.
Temple. Oh, there we are. Temple of Forbidden Souls. I love it.
So it's this door, as opposed to the other one, is like a smaller wooden door. And you're able to open it real easily. Go ahead and give me a Constitution save, please.
What did I say?
Oh boy.
Well,
That's a
Oh
lot of
my
dice.
god.
that's a lot of damage. You're gonna need some flex tape, dude.
You punch that man.
I saw the Stivian in half.
Oh shit!
God.
Oh,
What
So-
the
Fell
fuck?
out of my chair.
you
So-
okay, buddy?
There
Oh, bitch.
is.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Where is Devian?
So
Oh, there he is.
as you push this door open, it has a little bit of a stick to it, and you knock it open, and as you do, you just hear tick. Everybody else in the dungeon, you hear this explosion go off. Divian, Divian, all you hear right now is just a high-pitched ring as this concussive mine just knocks you on your ass.
I'm just gonna like lift my hand up and wait for my raven to come to me.
After the explosion is heard, Ukto just kind of sighs, lowers her shoulders, and starts walking in the direction of the explosion, starting to like move her hands and say like a prayer to Tiamat as she's going. Like, Tiamat, bless and keep these poor souls, but my goodness.
Well, while you guys do that, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh god.
Okay, what I missed?
We're rolling initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
No.
Timmy is like bleeding out of both ears. He's like, guys, I think they might have hurt us.
Hey. Oh shit, what are those things? Who are those people? They are cultists. We have to kill them.
I mean, it's not right to just judge people.
They made their choices. They're adults.
They are adults.
They die.
Just because they're hanging on the temple of forbidden souls does not mean they're evil.
Marith, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Well, describe to me what I missed.
So
Because I went upstairs to get a drink.
you just heard this explosion ring out from. You don't even know where it just rang out from. Like the halls are echoing with this explosion.
Oh. Well, they definitely heard us, didn't they?
And
and he-
Devian's Raven would have taken off flying.
Marad's eyes go wide and he goes, well, since they heard us, and he pulls out his lute to play. I'm going to use Inspiring Leader and play that little tune that I linked to you guys last time for that same song, which is that Lake of Light by Vince Swept.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
That's the one that gives everybody temporary hit points?
Yeah.
Okay, you could target everybody except for Devian. John, did you bring your mount down?
Asha's still outside with the camel.
Okay.
Okay, so not Asha.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I forgot myself.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you plan on doing?
No. Nope.
Right. Ukto. You just heard this loud explosion. You see this raven take off flying down the hallway the same way the Devian went. And then you see Marith nervously pull out his lute and just begin jamming.
Well, that was an explosion.
I need that Road to El Dorado gif.
She looks to the ceiling and is just like, Tiamat, give me strength. And starts walking in the direction of the explosion.
All right, you guys are free to move your characters around. We are in combat, so you do have your 30 feet distance. This map is to scale.
Okay, so each square is 5 foot.
Correct.
Okay. Cool, thanks.
Wait.
All right. Is there anything you plan on casting, or is that your turn?
I was actually going to ask what double move is in 5th edition.
You can, instead of doing an action, you can do a dash, which would allow you to move twice your movement speed.
Sweet, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I have a feeling that Devian needs a healing spell.
That's a fast dragon lady.
Wouldn't I be against the wall?
No, it just kind of knocked you on your ass. Like, it didn't blow you backwards.
What does Ukto do? Class wise.
Just cleric shit.
Oh no, she's Rena's best friend.
Oh no.
Oh no. Wait, is she not sick anymore?
Nope. You missed it. So she
Oh, no.
self-medicated with some herbs in her bag and was able to get herself the strength to start moving around a little bit, and then through the 3 days it took to get here, she's back to herself.
Wait, where are we?
You guys are in
I
the
thought
Temple of Forbidden Souls.
yes, but is it
It's
the exact place we left off last week?
no. So they had the talk with the child. Child said where everybody went. Child was
Oh.
assassination attempts were made that didn't happen. Group left.
Devian may or may not be salty about it.
they you guys traveled 2 days or so, almost 3 days to the south, and you came upon this temple. And Reyna, it's your turn too.
Oh, okay.
Also, for the record, Claire, not Reyna, I had to upgrade your character to level 9 because it still said Cleric 5.
What?
Oh my
So
God.
I think that you've done all the upgrades to it. I just don't think you actually updated the level itself.
Maybe.
I don't know. So you're updated now.
Okay. To acquaint myself with the range of my spells. So she hasn't healed Devian. I probably can't this round. So let's do.
You guys have about 10 feet of solid
Yeah.
rock between you, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so this door with Vardrock open in front of Vardrock?
No, that door is a large stone door that appears to be stuck.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be heading back this way then. And in the meantime, I am casting Bless on a few of my friends because I like them.
What's the range on that?
It's just within range. I'm guessing it's 60, but I'm gonna check.
Look at it
30
right now
feet.
for her.
30? Okay.
So basically, you could cast it on Vardrock, Vakta, Marith, and Balavar, but Ukto
Yeah.
would have been out of the range.
All right, cool.
Oh, you can only do 3 characters anyway, so.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait, but if you cast it at higher levels, you can do additional people.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a position I can just stand to bless all of them at the same time because I wouldn't be able to see.
Well, I mean, if we assume that you did it before you moved, when you were standing like here, everybody's within range.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna save my higher spell slots for now.
No problem. Like I said, I just don't want you to feel like you're limited because you moved first. Like, I'm assuming that you'd have been smart enough to not walk away and go, oh yeah, let me walk back over there and then do this.
Well, I did move her back up to the door, and I was like, "Is this door open?" So,
Okay.
There you go.
You weren't here in person.
Wait, no, I wasn't supposed to bless myself. I don't know why I'm selected. So
Okay.
It should not be on me.
I can remove it for you, no biggie. All right, and then you did your movement. Vardrock, your turn.
Vardrock like hops off the wall and he is kind of like smiles, pulls out his hammer and his shield, and he dashes.
At the wall.
Just runs right into that motherfucker.
There we go.
Oh, I see.
Marith, you get this like high pitched like noise and like your vision's blurry for a second, and like as soon as the images start to like come together and form just your single vision, you just see this human running towards you that has this red and black robe on, with this mace that looks similar to what the mace that Orcus had, but in a smaller fashion.
Did you say Marith or Devian?
Oh, Devian, sorry. Marith.
I was like,
Marith,
what?
disregard everything I just said. Devian, you see this.
Coming after we don't like that song.
And you're able to thrust yourself back against the wall and narrowly avoid this mason coming on you.
This motherfucker.
We doesn't have their names here. Who are you? And another one comes running towards you, and same type of thing. You're able to push yourself off the doorway, out to the hallway slightly, and you just see him smash his mace into the wall where you're just standing at, and it chips some of the sandstone off the wall. Um, all right. And before you know it, you're surrounded by 4 of them. And like you just hear this nothing but this high pitched ringing still in your ears, as you're like trying to like look around like Jean-Claude Van Damme from Kickboxer. Like you're just looking around concussed, and you're seeing all these people swinging at you, and you're able to dodge away from the attacks for the most part, but you still can't hear anything. And I would assume that Bolivar is going to rage.
Probably.
Because that's what Bolivar does. That do it? Did not. There we go. All right. All right, Devian.
Am I on the floor or am I standing?
No, you're still standing. You're weaving in between these attacks that are coming at you.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my bow and kind of yell back, like, they're trying to hurt me, guys.
Wow.
I'm gonna assume that nobody heard you. You know what? Actually, go ahead and give me a perception check. I guess Raina and Marith don't even bother.
Derp derp. Oh, Devian.
And Bolivar's like, I think Devian said someone is hurting him.
Vardrog yells down the hall, Devin, you better save some for me.
He definitely doesn't hear you.
Doesn't matter.
All right. I tried to do this last time and it didn't work. So you might need to help me out right here, Cliff.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
Cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay, so target yourself, which I just did, and then cast it. And there it is.
Okay. I don't know I had to target I thought I was okay. Alright, that's my bonus. Where is did I not equip that last time? cast mage armor on myself.
Ah, the not die package.
And
Okay, you did cast it. Okay.
how do I untarget myself?
Here. You just control click on yourself, but I just did it for you.
Okay. And this guy.
Do you have any sort of specialty that allows you to make ranged attacks at point blank melee range?
I don't think so.
Okay, so do it at disadvantage.
So that last update got rid of all my hotbar stuff. That's nice.
How did you lose that? I think it must have been when you switched computers or something.
I don't know.
'Cause I haven't lost mine, and I update mine with everyone. We're breaking shit. That's a hit.
Child of Orcus. Are they literal children or are they just. Not that it matters. We're still going to cut them down.
Oh, it matters.
It matters.
Oh, it matters.
Matters to you, fancy pants.
All right, and that's
What?
it.
How does
You, your fancy morals and stuff.
what?
Where was this? You needed to
The
be here in the
actual
beginning.
fuck.
You needed to be here in the beginning of the session.
Fancy morals. I never. I've never.
And
Fancy morals.
Meredith, it's your turn.
Right. Well, seeing how everybody ran off, I'm going to do the same.
You're
So,
like, hey guys, Bard.
The door opens and just a dragon comes out.
I'm gonna use.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I'm gonna use my action to move another 30 feet. Go right about there. And I will end my turn.
And Ukto, your turn. Ukto?
Dragon lady.
Oh no.
Sorry, I have my mic muted, and because I'm on a tablet,
Oh.
I have to switch between the two. I do not have technology in my life. So I'm gonna move and then cast Mirror Image and use that to work kind of like. Never mind. I'm just gonna get to the edge of that wall.
Okay. So if you just use your movement and then dash to the end, yeah, you can make it to the end of the tunnel. And as you round that corner, right in front of you, at the very end, you see that there is some sort of a shrine there that definitely looks religious in nature.
Knowledge religion time?
Religion time.
Help Deviant time.
Yeah, that one.
No.
In due time.
Karma.
Wow, Divian, have you seen this shrine? Getting stomped on the ground.
Ow, help me.
You can actually do the religious check right now if you want to.
Okay, we'll do.
I could totally picture Ukto doing that though, just walking past, like seeing Deviant and be like, "Look at this."
Hey, yeah, I'll be there in a second.
It doesn't appear to be to any pantheon that you are aware of, but it definitely looks like it's of religious origin. It looks like this is a temple dedicated to something, like specifically don't dedicated to a specific thing, but you've never seen this type of pantheon before.
Am I getting vibes that it's like a specific domain or more of like just a group of deities that I'm unfamiliar with?
You're getting it like it's a specific domain.
Interesting.
Through putting like 2 and 2 together with what you've seen on the wall carvings and with this shrine here, you're gathering that it is like it's to something specific, but it's not something that you're aware of. Raina, your turn.
Okay. I can't really do much except move.
Move and dash.
What is dash? Just double your movement for your
Yeah.
turn?
Correct.
Okay, so that would be 12, I think.
All right, Vardrak.
Dashing.
And by now you can hear like some commotion going on. You hear Devian saying shit that's louder than normal. What's going on?
Voice goes up a few
Oh
octaves.
shit, hold on before I do that. Sorry, forgot to do the whole wisdom check thing. Do you know what your savings are? Your saving throws? I'm assuming it's higher than an 8. Did it take that off or did it add it to it? I feel like that added it to it. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. What is the modifier you have to make for yours? Do you know?
For my wisdom?
Like I have to do a wisdom save to be able to go through the sanctuary.
All right.
What is your spell save DC?
I have no idea.
Your spell save DC should be 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your casting modifier. So you cast with what? Is it charisma?
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 plus 2 is 10, and your proficiency bonus is... What is your proficiency bonus right now? 7? So 17. Oh, he's able to hit you. Well, he's able to swing at you. Okay, he's able to hit you. So this one, the first one, you see him like cock back to swing at you, but he just like he holds his position like something's preventing him from doing it. And as you're watching him and like ready to dodge from it, the other one just smacks you in the face with this this mace. And again, it's like a dark black, almost glass like mace. And as it hits you, like it's cold to the touch. And as he does that, you see him motion with his other hand, and you see like this secondary version of that same type of mace just like float up behind him. Um, and the other one walks up to the one that you shot with the arrow, and he just lays a hand on his back, and you see like this purple energy just surround where the arrow was at and start to close the wound up.
God.
God damn.
Papa was barking. I'll be right back.
Yep. And the other one comes through and able to connect with his mace as well. And as that one hits you, it drops you to like one knee. Like you're bloodied up really bad at this point. All right, Devian, your turn.
Alright. I am Misty stepping the fuck out of there. To here. And I am going to walk the rest of the way. Wait.
Yeah, I mean, you can move however far it lets you, and then you can actually take your movement too.
Actually, be right here. And can I still see this first guy in the doorway right here?
No.
Right here.
No. Like if you highlight who you're talking about, it'll draw a straight line to him. Like if you just put your cursor over him. So if that cursor is going through the wall, then no, you wouldn't be able to do it.
I don't think I can get a line of sight on him.
I mean, not cowering behind Balavar, you can't.
No. Alright. As soon as I see Balavar, I'm gonna stop moving right there. And where is this spell at?
How are you Misty stepping, moving, and doing that? Is one of those a bonus action?
Misty Step is a bonus.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. All right, Marith, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to again use my action to dash, and I will end up here.
Ukto, you just seen Devian like running around the corner, and he is just bloodied. His face is smashed. One of his eyes is like closed. He's hurting pretty bad.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time finding it. They're here? I promise.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Did I miss something?
No.
I'm almost
Hey,
dead.
Devian's not dead.
Almost.
Debatable.
You just
Prayer of healing.
okay. You make sure you target him.
I have no idea how to do that.
And I'll do it for you since I don't think you don't have a keyboard, do you?
Prayer of Healing is the long one.
That's the ritual?
Yeah, it's a 10-minute one.
Okay.
Never mind that.
I think Cure Wounds is like the basic touch one.
Yeah.
But you could do it at a higher level if you wanted to do more healing.
I'll just go with that and heal him.
Okay, so Cure Wounds does 1d8 plus whatever your spellcasting modifier is, and if you do it at higher levels than level 1, you add a d8 for each level higher you do.
I'll just do it at level 2 then. 2d8.
Okay. I can go ahead and do it for you here. One sec. This.
Thank you. My $2 mouse and my $3 keyboard are not the most cooperative.
It's okay. So what's it look like when you heal him? When you reach out, touch him, what's it look like?
So as Ukto reaches out to touch him, she says, by the might of Tiamat, may her searing fire cauterize your wounds. And just kind of grabs onto him, and her scales kind of flare red on that hand as she imbues him with, like, again, it's like red magic, and you kind of feel almost like a scaly pattern up your arm. And as it gets to like the areas where you're injured, for just a moment, it turns into these red dragon scales before kind of falling off into magic poofs.
And you feel the heat from it, and you feel like your eye, open a little bit, and the swelling goes down, and you're starting to feel a little bit better. And did you want to move or anything, or are you staying there? You still have a movement or any bonus actions?
I am going to take a 5-foot kind of diagonal step so I can see around the corridor.
Okay.
Into the hall.
Okay. All right. And Raina, it's your turn.
Okay. So what is Devian up to?
Just hanging out.
Bleeding.
Yeah, but I mean, hit point wise.
He's still pretty bloody.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use. Let's use basic cure wounds on him. And add my modifier. And it does fuck all, but that's okay.
I think he'll take fuck all at this point.
We'll take fuck all. And then in a few minutes, I'm going to conjure my spiritual weapon once my stubby legs get me up there.
Okay. I mean, that's a bonus action. You can do that.
Yeah, well, okay.
Super quick, Cliff, on the healing, the Cure Light Wounds that I used, it didn't have my Wisdom modifier added to it. It's just the 2d8.
You are correct. One sec here. 4, 3, 3, 2, and okay. What is your spell casting modifier? What do you
Plus
cast?
4 from Wisdom.
Is Wisdom okay? So be an additional 8 then. All right. And you said you cast your spiritual weapon as well, right, Raina?
I don't think I can place it yet because I'm not really in range of them, so I'm not gonna conjure it yet.
Okay. All right, Vardrak.
Vardrak comes charging around the corner and going, move! Let's see. Well, you said when you Divian couldn't see him.
From where he was standing, he couldn't. No, where you are, you should be able to see one of them.
All right. 4, 5. Is there like I don't know if that's a special like feat that you have to take or something like a charge attack to kind of like take his shield and like put all his weight behind it and run this guy into the wall.
I don't know if they have anything like that or not. They do have a feat for that actually. It's called Charger.
Oh.
But you don't have it.
Boo.
But it says when you use your dash action, you can use a bonus action to make one melee attack or to shove a creature. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before taking this bonus action, you either gain a +5 bonus to the attack's damage roll, or push the target up to 10 feet away from you. You choose.
But like trying to push him into the wall is probably not going to do as much damage. It's just straight up taking a melee hit. Huh?
With the feat, it does a melee hit. Yeah, +5 to damage though.
Okay. All right.
But you don't have that, so you wouldn't be able to do it.
Nope. Okay, I don't want him to run up there and then not have anything to do. So it's just he's just stand there and ready in action. If any of them come within range, he's going to attack.
All right. And you just hear one of these guys in a language that you don't understand say something with urgency. Like, and he backs away. You hear a door shut and latch. All right, Devian. You guys don't really have to act in any sort of order right now, unless you're. Well, we'll stick with this for now. What are you gonna do, Devian?
Gonna just peek around the corner with my bow like ready, see if I can see an enemy or not.
Nah, you do not.
Then do a few more steps forward and just wait there.
Hey, Marith, welcome to the show.
Hey. We're still in combat turns?
Yes, I'm gonna still say we're in combat turns.
Okay. I'll go to here. Whoops, here. If I can get here, I would do that. But like 30 is like right on top of Ukto. Whoops. So I don't know.
Well, if you moved in all diagonals, I mean, you could get closer. You could get to like right above Vardrak.
Okay, right. Well, I'm using like I'm thinking Pathfinder. I think so.
Yeah, so you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
15.
You could go right above Vardrak. Would be the furthest you could go.
Oh, okay. Jeez. Sure. And that's using my entire action though, right?
No, that's just 30.
Okay. So I come up here and there's nobody here, right?
Right. I mean, as you turn the corner, you see Balavar taking point, looking into a like an inlet where there's a door, and it looks like it was a closed door from what you could tell.
Okay. I look back at Devian and they say, "What was that explosion?"
He can't hear you.
So he's not responding, right? All right. I look at Vardruk. What was that explosion?
I know about as much as you do at this point.
I look at Devian. And I mime this gesture of like a door, right? I outline like a rectangle with my hands. And then I like start patting towards the bottom of the imaginary rectangle that I made and like around it. And then I mouth check for traps.
Devian has no idea what you're talking about, and he just like points towards the other way and gets his bow ready again.
I mean, you could talk. You're just deafened.
What?
What?
Marith rolls his eyes.
But you hear that loud and clear.
I am going to. What is this? How far does this go? I have too many spells, Cliff.
No such thing.
Correct.
You want me to add a limiter to it so you can only have so many at once?
No.
I mean, if you want, I can do that for you.
No. I'm going to expend my bonus action to use a bardic inspiration and grant myself a wondrous appearance.
I mean, I know what that means, but for everybody else, tell them what that means.
Well, hold on 1 second. No, never mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait.
The end of your turn, then?
I'm going to use my action, I think.
Okay.
To
Smack Devian in the face.
God, I wish. I'm gonna move to here, and then I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. So you're going to do a dash, then?
Yeah.
All right. Ukto, your turn.
Going to step up next to you and be like, do you require more healing? Or are you going to be all right?
He doesn't even. He's just looking forward still.
From my knowledge of healing and medicine, how bad does he look?
Give me a medicine check. So he looks pretty bad still, and you're noticing that there's blood coming out of his ears. So you assume that he's probably got a nice concussion and may even be temporarily deaf.
Yikes. Claire, what was your character's name? Sorry.
Marina.
Ukto turns to them and asks if they have any thoughts on the matter, how to handle this from a medical perspective. They appear to be concussed, deafened, and rather beaten.
I mean, wouldn't normal healing help them? Or was there some kind of weird magical effect or affliction?
Translation: Alex doesn't know what the fifth head shit does.
I don't either.
I mean,
Wait, honestly, 'cause I
so
think all wounds should theoretically heal normally.
yes, yeah. So if there's any sort of affliction like deafening, there are things that you guys have to remove that. Like lesser restoration, which would remove deafening. Or you can do just regular healing. So you have cure wounds or healing word. But healing word I think takes time. No, healing word doesn't take time. Healing word is instantaneous.
Healing word is yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, you could do that kind of stuff. But I mean, like I said, from your medical expertise, you assume that it's only temporary deafness.
I'm gonna use a lesser restoration to take care of the deafness because him being able to hear is gonna be important.
Okay.
Not that that means he's gonna listen to us, but
Oh, definitely not. So you feel a hand on your shoulder, Devian, and as you turn, to see Ukto standing there, you just hear like this like organic like, and then all of a sudden like your hearing's back. And that was just her in your ear going. Could be canon.
That's I'm gonna have to ask you to never do that into the mic again. No.
Yeah. So you are cured of your deafness.
I can hear. It's a miracle.
Hallelujah.
blessed be Tiamat.
All right, so he can hear you now. Or whatever you wanted to say to him.
Who, me?
Whoever wants to talk to Devian. I don't know why you guys choose to talk to this guy, but I mean, anybody who wants to can now, and he can hear you.
Well, I'm all the way over here.
You're way over here. You're 15 feet away from him. Nah, no, too far.
You know, when he was deaf, he didn't talk, so I kind of prefer him that way.
Was there anything else you wanted to do on your turn, Ukto?
Nope, that was it.
Okay. All right, Reyna.
Okay.
Go get him, Raina.
Reyna dashes to the door, kicks it in.
I'll save you, everyone. So did we? I know that we heard them called and the footsteps receded. Would I have heard that?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna do it, guys. So I bring out my spiritual weapon and I fling it over near the door.
From where you are, you do not have line of sight of the door.
Okay. It's near the door. And I'm just gonna spend another action to slap some more band-aids on Devian. Because he needs it. Poor soul. That's not what I wanted to do. Click.
Hey, we got a Drew.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Drew, good news. We didn't kill a kid.
Oh, that is good news. Let's sneak in for just a bit here. Let's see. Oh, updated.
So you're already enraged.
At the kids.
Yes.
No, not at the kids.
There's more than one.
No, so the people that are here are the children of Tiamat. They are not necessarily kids. But Devian opened a door without checking for traps. There was an explosion. Everybody
God.
came and
Hey, everybody does it once.
he got hit for 62 damage. I think hopefully that was his lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Reyna, you heal.
Can he like teleport through stuff?
Not through stuff. No, he has
If
to
I
be
can
able to see
what's
it.
on the other side.
Oh, I think he did that like fade step or something.
Yeah, but he has to be able to see where he's going to.
Gotcha.
So was there anything else you wanted to do on your turn, Reyna?
Nope, that's about it for me.
All right, Vardrak, what you gonna do?
That's a good question.
You got a temple here.
Let's see. He's going to run up to this door.
And if you don't see it yet, Drew, I shared it with you. It'll pop in a second here.
Just got it. Yeah, I think this is a sweet map, dude.
Thank you.
That this is a wooden door,
Oh,
It is a wooden door.
and there's still pieces of it left after the explosion.
Yeah, the explosion. From like if you're standing there looking, it looks like the explosion came like from underneath the door when it opened.
All right. Well, he is. How sturdy does this door look?
It's just a simple wooden door that you heard the people close, and then you don't know what happened afterwards.
wrong
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to kick the door open. Let's see.
Okay, go ahead and do a. You're just gonna kick it?
Yep.
Go ahead and do a strength check.
No.
Oh, my old enemy, flimsy bullshit doors.
Big Vardrak.
You just rest your foot on it and look over to the group. You guys ready?
Totally playing that off.
Get a performance or something.
Wait, Asha gets a turn?
Yeah, so the mount actually can fight.
Interesting. So she's like Burukai?
She's like a super weak Burukai.
Oh no.
Aw.
Venus Burukai died like twice every battle.
Yeah, that's true.
And Burukai had like 4 times the hit point, so
Oh no.
Asha.
Poor Asha.
Technically, my Raven could fight too. I just never let it leave me.
Who's is Asha the
Peck
Vardrak?
it.
Yeah, Vardrak's mount.
Nice.
Your Raven has 1 hit point for the record.
Oh Jesus.
If I die, if it dies, I get an advantage though. So if I'm either like really screwed, you'd be like, Raven, go. It dies. That was my plan all along.
It just takes an hour to resummon it.
So willing to sacrifice your pets. If Balavar had a bear buddy, he'd stay behind and let the bear run.
Yeah. Balavar also probably wouldn't have liked Devian putting a bow to the back of a kid's head. Marith had to stop him from executing this kid.
Fucking releasing all his fucking spells on me and shit.
Yeah, he dropped like 4 spells on Devian to stop him from doing that. And Balavar was there to witness it, just for reference.
What is that? Why Balavar's enraged right now?
No, you're enraged because there was an explosion.
Got it.
I assume that
Oh,
Balavar
sure.
is more like rage
That's-
now,
that's
ask
fair.
questions later.
Yeah, he's like, hey, trouble.
All right, so you moved and you did your action, John.
Super done.
Fucking pop your leg out of place. What's this wood made out of?
Wait, what do you want Vakta to do? I guess.
She'd probably come up and try to examine the door. See if she can get it open.
She can't. Yeah, I guess she could make it there. Yeah, move diagonal.
Tries the handle. Check for traps.
God.
Have the Raven check for trap.
Fucking door.
Oh,
Fucking boss encounter.
crap.
I forgot to make you give me another
Yeah.
20, John.
Too late. It's too far gone.
No.
Quit messing around. Are you opening that door or caressing it?
Oh my god.
Doctor's like, I can't tell if it's trapped or locked or. I could try the handle if you want me to.
Oh, sure.
Check for traps.
I did. I can't tell.
I'm sure.
Then it's probably not trapped. Open it. Is there a handle?
Yeah, there's
I
a
trust
handle.
you. Bolivar's like going. Open it up.
Not your turn yet.
I know. It's like,
That's funny.
but he's raged, so he's not saying those.
So just open it.
Yes. I give good advice. Open it.
He does.
You're sure there's no trap?
I'm not sure. I said I can't tell.
I don't know what that means. Did you look?
I don't see anything.
Well,
there was one
I
trap.
don't know.
I took care of it.
How do rogues check? You look.
We
You
look
look
and
and
we
didn't
feel
see it.
about
Not
and
trap.
I don't see anything. No.
You check with your hands.
Yes.
Okay. Open it.
Are we? Oh my god.
Opened it. She uses her reaction to roll to dodge it. For half damage.
She definitely does.
But she
52,
specifically dodges behind Vardrak.
6, 13.
What happened up there?
I think everything's fine.
So the party dies.
Quit fooling around.
So as she opens this door, again, you hear the explosion go off. Much louder this time. As you guys are right next to it, and you see Barjak and Vakta both just put their hands up like this, and from where you guys are standing at again, you can see blood just trickle out of their ears.
Did nobody check the traps?
Meredith immediately turns around.
Yes.
Holds
Vakta
his-
did. She was sure there were no
as
traps.
he like almost retches at the sight of the blood. And he's got one hand over his stomach and one hand over his mouth, and he's like,
What's wrong, new friend?
Because Devian just head to toe covered in blood didn't do it.
I didn't look at. Well, I didn't.
I can feel
Look,
blood,
I didn't
but
get the
can't feel
descriptor
blood.
that you were covered in blood. I missed it. But he just is just uncontrollably like gagging.
And that ends combat.
Are you all right up there? Thought you said you checked for traps. How about you, friend?
What?
Quit
Vardrag looks
bleeding.
over. Belivar, she didn't check for traps. Really loud.
Well,
Reno, are we out
did
of
it.
combat?
Yeah, you're out of combat.
Okay. Reno wanders over, tries to stand on her tippy toes to touch his ears. Is like,
He like leans down.
you should have known to dodge.
She claps her hands over his ears and does lesser restoration.
Vardrag like pats her on the head. He turns, and he's gonna try and charge through the door.
Oh, the door's open.
Oh, good.
You're doing lesser restoration on him?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not deafened anymore.
And then if we're not in combat yet, she'll do the same to Vakta.
Okay. That's 2 spell slots. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that one spell you never get to. That like heals a bunch of people.
Yeah,
'Cause it
but
takes, like, minutes.
it's a condition that I have to cure them though.
Oh,
Oh, you mean
well,
like-
might go away. There you
Yeah, I
go.
could do that too. That's like a level. That's a tier 2, so I could do that.
I was just remembering you get that one that takes I don't remember how long, but
10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to do that, let's do that also before we run ahead and get our asses in danger and death again.
Okay.
So gather around, friends of friendship.
Yes.
Did you wipe the blood off of their ears yet?
I mean, they've stopped bleeding, but you know that's their call, their
Yes,
hygiene.
their ears. They can wipe it or leave it.
I am.
Don't wipe it for someone else unless you have to.
I am not a maid.
I would assume that Vakta would wipe her own ears off, but I would just see Vardrak just like letting the blood like crust up down his face.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
he totally would.
Debian walks up, he spits some blood on the floor. Are we moving in?
Okay, anyone hurt besides those two?
Meredith kind of like tiptoes around it. And, like, makes sure
Um,
to like go around it and goes over to this side, making a point to look at the ground and not at either of you.
So as you're looking there, Reyna, only Devian, Vakta, and Vardrak are injured.
Mm-hmm.
Marith, as you walk over there and you look down at the end, you see that there is a shrine at the end of this hallway similar to the one that was at the end of the other hallway.
If you guys sit still for 10 minutes, I can fix you all up.
After she says that, he turns around and looks at the shrine, and kind of Cliff, I'd like to make like a drawing of any symbols that kind of stick out on it inside my journal.
Okay.
Are you guys going to sit still for 10 minutes?
Yeah, he stood right here. He's
Okay.
just
Debian's sitting down with his back against.
That was a shitty prayer.
Should have
Um,
prayed harder.
Do you need any sort of roll to see if I can like accurately?
I would just do perception.
Okay. Wow. Still an 8. How much
Doodling some
PP do I
shit.
have?
You
I have at least 2.
Yeah. You have 4 PP.
4? I'm gonna use 2 to re-roll that because I feel
Okay.
like it's gonna be important later. So there we go. That's better.
He's a bard, not an artist.
I don't know. 18's pretty good.
And the symbol that you see on it, it's like a shield, with some sort of a mallet on the shield. That's the major symbol that you're seeing through that. And Ukto, did you want to make any checks or anything, or are you?
Staying back
I'm coming.
there. You said the door's open?
Oh yeah, the door's open. Vakta
Alright, I'm
opened it
standing- The
masterfully.
Raven is taken off into the room, flying around.
Jesus Christ, I cannot roll.
And you still don't really, you still haven't been able to like put anything together to determine what this is. But you're noticing that there is a theme of like law and like an order of some sort.
Gotcha. While we're standing up there examining it, I am sure that in one of the various medical kits that Ukdo has, there's got to be like a bottle of smelling salts. And I hand that to Mara.
Hey, you're moving. Hello there, friend.
Hello!
You look much better than you did the other day.
I feel much better than I did the other day.
That's
She
good
handed
news.
that to Marith?
Yeah, I don't think we've been properly introduced either. I'm Reyna. I heal people. I am also very formidable in combat.
Yes.
And
Watch out for that hammer of hers. It'll hit you.
yes, it will.
No one else.
My name's Reyna. She pulls out a hand like in your face.
I'm Balavar the Bad. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Of course. She shakes the hand that has been offered to her. I am Ukto. I also heal people, though I am not formidable in combat.
Oh, well, neither am I. I just like to say that sometimes. Don't tell anyone.
Your secret is safe with me.
Okay.
Who got the smelling salts? I'm confused.
She's handing you a bottle of smelling salts. I have a feeling that this and kind of gestures behind her at like the little healing circle is gonna happen again. So you don't throw up.
Oh,
Gives a thumbs up like,
his eyes kind of light up and his head perks up and he smiles at her and he says, "Thank you."
Not a problem. I am an expert when it comes to medicine. Not just the magic kind, but also the more mundane sort.
Very useful.
That's very useful, yes.
I have so many plants in my bag. Do you want to see my plants?
I want to see your plants.
Meredith smiles
At
kind of
this
faintly.
moment.
I love plants.
In this dangerous temple.
I'm down.
Get swarmed at any moment, or there could be more traps that Vakta won't find.
He chuckles a little bit awkwardly and he goes, sure.
I told you I wasn't sure.
That's not what I heard.
Does my
You were
raven
just-
see anything in the next
Thought
room?
you were being modest.
Give me a perception check. So the next room is a large room.
Excellent.
That looks like it used to be some sort of like a congregation hall of some sort. On the east side of the room, there's a large chandelier. And on the west side of the room, there is something carved in the wall. There's like these like almost runic symbols that are carved all across the western wall. You have no idea what language it is. There's two doors that you see clearly in there, and there's a hallway that you see as well. You don't see any people.
Devian kind of speaks up like, "Hey, Marith, there's more pictures in the next room."
You mean religious symbols or altars? He hasn't even
There's
turned around
stuff
to
for
look at
you
you.
to draw.
After you. And he's like, he's got the smelling salts in like one hand.
You just
And
about said the bath salts.
I know. I almost said-
That's a whole different thing.
I got bath bombs somewhere in this bag.
Bath bombs, yes.
What do you do with those bath salts, Meredith?
And he's holding his book in one hand, and as he grabbed the smelling salts, he casted Mage Hand as the Mage Hand is like finishing up this drawing for him. And he hasn't even bothered to turn around while you're talking to him because he's assuming that you're still covered in blood, which he would probably be correct.
I mean, he's got some dried blood on him.
A little bit, yeah.
Walk toward.
So I mean, as you go into this room, you can see that this at one point this was like a congregation room for something. It has large, probably 35-foot ceilings. Everything is ornately carved through the sandstone, although there's blown in sand in the corners of all the rooms.
As he's moving, his raven comes back and he lands on his shoulder. Am I in here by myself?
Yep.
There's a big red
I'll join you.
dragonborn in my way.
Scouting ahead, yes?
Well, there's
Alavar's a
never
great
anything,
scout.
So
He is
I'm
actually.
counting this far.
Cliff,
Yep.
as the 10-minute prayer thing is going, he is going to be holding his other hammer, his blessed hammer. He'll get the +3, and then he's going to cast a cure wounds on himself.
Okay.
And we'll do it at level 2. So, oh wow. Yeah, and then
It's a good day for those ones, huh?
oh, absolutely.
I don't hate it.
It's glad we're not in combat yet with all this. Another +8. Looks like. Okay. So 10.
What's the 5 for?
I did it at level 2.
Oh, okay.
Spell level 2. And then he has a +5 to religion, so another 5 on top of that.
Okay.
All right, and he's going to switch back out to his smoldering hammer and enter the room looking for anything to kill.
You are disappointed as there is nothing that seems like it needs to be killed in this room at the moment. You walk in and you see Devian staring at this large wall with all these carvings on it. And it looks like this place hasn't been touched in centuries. There's sand all over through there. There's cracks in the ceiling where sand's pouring down from. Sand's bellowing up in the corners of the room. It looks like it's just left untouched.
1 second, I'll be back.
Can anyone track to see where they ran off to?
Doctor's like, I could try.
Yes, do it.
And she'll do it with advantage because I assume that Devian's going to help her. Is that anybody better? Isn't Balavar proficient in survival?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
He may want to do that. Go ahead and do survival check with advantage.
And I'm very wise. Yes, very wise. As I said.
So as you could tell, that there's footprints that seem to be fresh in all different areas of this room. It looks like a large concentration of them went towards the door, right in the center up to the north. It looks like a slightly smaller amount went to the door to the left. And then there's a couple that went to the right, but it doesn't look like the right was nearly as populated as the other two.
Well, looks like straight to the north is the popular place. Few people to the right, some to the left.
Let's do that.
And the door to the north, you guys can see, is a large stone door. And it looks like somebody did something to wedge it, because it's down at a slope, like a 15-degree angle to it. You could see that it's almost wedged, but you could see that there's a gap underneath it where you could see into the room slightly. They sacrificed Devian.
Yes.
True.
My bird pecks him.
It has 1 hit point.
I'm gonna just kind of circle the room here and just kind of take a look around, see what's over in this cubby over here.
Yeah, over there it looks like there were tables lined up, but they're long since ruined. Just at quick glance, it doesn't really look like there's anything worth value anywhere in here.
Long since ruined, the tables, like rotted or broken or?
Broken. They all look like they were made out of like some sort of a stone, and it looks like they've been eroded.
Interesting. Well, which way shall we investigate?
I heard you guys saying something about trying to find where the people left. Did we figure that out?
Yeah.
Okay. And quick question: does comprehend languages work on written languages?
I believe you have to touch it, but yes. Comprehend languages 5e. You understand any spoken language that you hear while the spell lasts. While touching the surface where words are written, you can also understand any written language you see.
All right. Everyone's gonna walk up to this wall, and the whole wall is just covered with these symbols.
Yeah, it's like they're large, like runes almost. And they're in a row, like horizontally. They're carved from one side to the other of the wall.
All right. Everyone's gonna walk up to this wall. His shoulder pad's gonna grow, cover his whole hand, and he's just gonna place it on the wall and see if he can understand anything.
All right. So you guys see Devian walk over and touch the wall, and he starts walking down the wall, rubbing his hand across it.
If I'd like to take a couple steps over here and kind of observe this door and try to discern like why it was closed from the other side. Is there like a locking mechanism? Does it look like it's stuck?
It looks like it's stuck. It looks like just through time. It's a huge stone door, like 10 feet wide, 15 feet tall, and it just appears to be stuck. You don't see anything on this side that would like govern why it was. It's just stuck.
Okay. I'll walk up here with them.
Looking at the floor in this room, does it still have like the layer of sand like out in the hall, or is it stone that we're walking on?
So you can tell that there is large stone slabs that appear to be like 20 feet by 20 feet, but there's sand pouring in through different areas, like cracks and faults in the ceiling. In the corners, there's large mounds of sand, but in the area where it's mostly cleared off, you could see these large carved tiles. So Devian, through reading this and understand what it says, it seems to be like a limerick.
Oh, does it?
He calls the rest of the group over.
I'll like slowly make my way over, trying not to look at his bloodied features. As he's like palming the smelling salts in his bag. He's ready.
So if everyone gathered around him, he's gonna say, "All right, I am able to make out what this says, but I'm gonna read it back to you guys, see if you can understand any of this." And he walks towards the beginning again, and he starts rubbing his hand on it. "That is not dead, which can eternal lie, and with strange aeon, even death may die."
What? What are you rambling about over there? Death may die? That's the silliest thing I've heard.
As you said you were reading this out loud?
Yeah.
As he starts to read it, Marith is going to put up his hand and say, "Stop. Do not read anything in here out loud."
intelligence check. I actually rolled okay this time.
You rolled a persuasion check.
I'm gonna persuade that wall because I sure don't know anything about it.
Your attempts at persuasion seem to go unnoticed.
Well, that's all I can do. Sorry, guys, I can't help any further.
Am I able to write this back in common?
Yeah.
All right.
You'd have to have something right with though.
Yeah. So he like doesn't look back at him or anything, and he's like, Marith, hold your book open and place your pen on top. And he casts.
He flips to a page that is blank on both sides. So there's not any writing that he could see on a previous page. And he places his pen in the fold.
Alright. Devian casts Mage Hand and writes it out on his journal.
Can I...
You can't
what that
just
says,
use your normal hand?
so I can write it down in my in-game...
No, they have to feel fancy about
That's
I'm taking in.
16.
I'm taking in.
What else can that mage hand do for you?
Seems like he's pretty attached to this book, and I wouldn't want to get any blood on it.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't. Cliff, what does it write? So I can write it down like in my...
Look in the chat.
In the chat. Oh, okay. I don't pay attention.
I know.
You know this.
Do you have any idea what this can mean?
I don't. But thank you for asking me.
I just picture Balavar walking down the wall with his hand on it too.
Yes, quality sandstone.
Just as I thought.
Yes. Very, very interested in what's going on with these words and books.
He slowly walks away.
I think we need to figure out where the creepy guys who attacked us are.
So this is cryptic. This is definitely written cryptically. I would say that I would be able to discern that from my intelligence score.
Wow.
However,
wow.
Can I roll for intelligence to see if I can discern, like, if I can sort of figure out what this riddle actually means? I think I might know out of game, but I don't want to metagame it.
Go ahead and give me insight.
Oh, insight. Okay.
Where was it written, by the way? Because I did not see it in...
You guys wouldn't be able to... Oh, so it's written in a language that you guys don't understand? Yeah.
Then I'm right there with Balavar.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I love riddles.
To Marith, it seems like it's a limerick. Like it could be a song of some sort.
Not limerick. I would have listened to that.
But you don't know exactly what it is.
Okay. Well, if it's a limerick, I'm going to assume that there's supposed to be more. Because that's too short. So I'm going to kind of like look around the room for a second and then turn back to Devian, see that he's still bloodied and kind of stop and almost gag. And then with my gaze to the floor, ask him if he can find any other words around the cavern.
There's nothing else in this room that you guys could see. These were definitely not meant to be hidden. Like, these were meant to be seen.
How are they written? Is it like carved into the wall?
Yes. It is carved directly into the wall in some language that you guys are not sure what it is.
Does it look as old and deteriorated as the rest of the wall?
Definitely.
Okay.
As Devian walks away, he's kind of says like, I don't like that part about death dying.
It seems incomplete.
And Bolivar, is this where they went?
Well, who went? The footprints?
Yeah.
This is where some of the footprints went. Most of them went somewhere else. I'm totally checking this door out for traps, by the way.
Go ahead and just do a plain dex.
Dex?
Yep.
Well, it's good to me.
Yeah, open it.
Oh, no. I'll have Octa take a look first, of course. Oh, there's one for you.
Where did
Most of the footprint go this way. Right here.
Vakta's like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's trapped to me either.
Oh my
Excellent.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where'd you find Bolivar?
Right. Well, this is where most of the people went, and this is where just few of the footprints go. Medium number went that way with the untrapped door.
Are you sure it's untrapped?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still gonna keep a distance.
Fucking damn it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
This
Yeah.
one's untrapped too.
I think just that first one was trapped.
Um,
Any of these are.
I too will ensure that this one's not.
I'm still gonna keep a distance.
Darn, that's a little higher than I was hoping. I know. Yeah, this one looks fine, Debian. Excellent. Well, Vakta, there's the official door opener.
What are we doing?
Everyone open a door on 3.
Oh my god.
I'm out of tier 1 slots,
I like it.
guys.
Wait, is this an opening and not a door?
Yeah, that's just an opening.
But
I like
4
this.
people
I like
open
this.
doors.
I
I'm
know.
gonna cast guidance.
I'll go back and open this other door again. Which way should we go?
I'm gonna back up a little further.
Cliff, can we make the guidance
Well-
happen on the people who are opening doors? Sure, that's the one that gives
That's
you like
Debian. You go back there. That's fine.
help if you don't do good on a save.
Yeah. You can add a D4.
Yeah, let's go with that.
You have to touch them. It's only one person at a time you can touch, and it does take up a spell slot every time you do it.
And we're not taking any naps in the cryptic crypt.
Might. I will if I can. Unlikely though.
Do you feel that the guidance and assistance of Tiamat will help you in this our door
I?
time of need?
No.
Cliff, what do these doors each look
DMAT won't help anyone now.
The door to the far on the far western wall is it's a wooden door, but it looks like it's a little bit better quality than the one that you guys just came through.
Okay.
The door to the north it's another one of those large stone doors, like the one that was stuck at the bottom, and it looks like that one has been like jammed somehow. It's at like I said, about a 15-degree angle, and you can see under the door, barely there's a couple inch gap, but then it like at an angle goes to the ground. It looks like someone purposefully may have jammed it.
Hmm.
Is there anything down this hallway?
From what you could tell right now, it looks like it's just a long hallway.
I'm gonna send my raven out to the north and south.
What's everybody else doing?
Waiting for one of these doors to open so he can go through it.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll open this one. Unless we want Debian, what's it look like down that hallway?
My raven see anything?
No, I mean down the hallway, it looks like it's like it was almost some sort of memorial. It looks like there were like figurines carved throughout the walls, but they look like they've been eroded through time as well.
Just a dead end this way.
Well, take a look. I'm gonna search around, keeping an eye open. Is that what it looks like all the way around?
Yeah.
I'll
Raven?
dig my
Fit-
paws in and around memorials, looking through the rubble, looking for anything there left to defile.
Can my Raven fit in the opening right here?
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, it's probably only about a 2-inch gap or so. I don't know how ravens are with they're like mice. Like if they can fit their head through it, their whole body can go.
Is the floor sand or stone right here?
If you look underneath there, you could see that there's sand, and it looks like there may be stairs in that room that go upward.
Hmm. I'm going to walk up to this door and kind of he's gonna like crouch down and kind of try to observe the gap or like the angle at which it's jammed. Does it look like there is any size opening? Like could something get through the bottom of the door?
A hand?
Small enough. Okay.
I mean, it's like I said, it's only about 2-3 inches at the widest part of it, and then it slopes down to touching ground. Like I said, it's like 10 feet wide, 15 foot tall stone door.
Marith stands up and he turns towards Devian. I could get you through if you wanted to look what was on the other side, but you might have to change a little.
I can probably get through by myself already, but the issue I'm thinking is if we can even move this door if we try.
Cliff, I'm gonna make a perception check for walking around this hallway, digging through stuff.
The option that I'm proposing to you
Yeah, go ahead.
Even if it doesn't look like there's really anything.
wouldn't require moving this door or opening this door. Though if you think that you can get through it without that, by all means, open the door.
Seems like
Okay. Let's do it.
I'm gonna back up.
Are there other handles or something on this?
Jeez.
There are, and you could probably get your hand like underneath it too if you wanted to just heave it.
Yeah. Push, pull, whatever.
It'd be a lift. You'd have to give me a strength check.
Oh, looks like there we go.
Yeah, so you try to lift it up and it sticks a little bit, and then you like brace your feet out like shoulder width wise, and you shove, and you're able to unjam the door and lift this giant stone door up.
There we are. Not trapped, just as I said.
Huh. I guess you were right.
You go first.
Marith is like wide-eyed as he looks at Balavar, and he just starts clapping.
Yes, I like
door
that.
opened up, Vardrock. Let's go.
And you guys see that there's you see that there's stairs that lead up, probably about 10 feet. There's a short little jut of a hallway, and it looks like a dead end.
So the stairs go up just a bit, and then it's a dead end?
The stairs go up, and then it looks like the hallway goes out just slightly, and then it's a dead end. Looks like a cubby or some sort of just a cove.
So, okay, well, let's take a look. I'll search around, dig through, try to figure out what the purpose was, and if it was just like a storage area or something, or...
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. I mean, yeah, as far as you could tell, it doesn't look like anything was there. There's 2 old like terracotta vases on either side, left and right of the wall, the northmost wall. But that's really all that you see in there.
Hey, I'll look at them, peek inside, look around the edges, see if there's anything on them or anything they're sitting on, anything in particular that's interesting.
No, it doesn't even look like there's any carvings or anything on them. They're just plain terracotta.
Shall we smash them?
You find a rupee.
Fencers do, isn't it?
What do we roll for checking for traps again?
Just do a straight dex roll. You already checked that though, didn't you?
No, I checked the one that Bolivar just lifted.
Okay.
I'll help. There are no traps.
You don't see any traps.
Excellent.
Wait, why am I hurt again?
Why? What?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what one of the spells did, and it clicked it, and it did a bunch of damage to Devian. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You did. That's excellent.
Yeah, I don't think the
I think-
Deviant's supposed to lose 50 health.
That's called.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I was like, what is this button?
Door.
that
This door.
that's for putting a bow, presumably with an arrow, at the back of a kid.
Okay.
Did you just do? You did the. I corrected. He's not dying now.
Okay. Jeez.
We weren't alarmed.
Traps and I die.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like there's any traps to you.
Alright, I'm opening it.
All right. It's just a wooden door. It has just a regular handle on it, iron handle.
Yep, opening it.
It opens.
Ooh, thank
Well
God.
done. Done, Vakta. See how we expertly checked and ensured there were no traps before opening the door.
Thanks.
You guys are experts. I will never doubt you again.
Yes. You did before.
Like I said, I will never doubt you again.
Got a serpentine.
Yeah, it'd suck if someone stepped on a pressure plate and triggered something.
That won't happen. How high is the ceiling here?
The ceiling in this one's only about 10 feet or so.
10 feet. Oh. Oh. Gotta watch that there.
Do we notice anything standing out as we're going through this, like more of those symbols?
No, Balivar, you'd recognize that the carvings on the walls throughout here look like the one hallway that you went to on the far eastern side. It has like these just ornate, like, it almost looks like carvings of people.
I'm gonna like stick my hands in
Coming with
and
us.
around, looking to see if any offerings were left behind or just anything interesting there, anything on them, like jewelry, rings, decorations, if they've got any weapons, anything at all that looks valuable.
Yeah, down these ones, it doesn't seem like there is. You mostly, I mean, if you're digging in crevices, you're pulling out sand.
Oh, yeah. Sure, okay. Gotta check. Excellent. Another likely untrapped door.
Yeah, this door looks like it's made of some sort of a metal, like an iron door. It looks far more reinforced than the previous ones that you guys seen.
How together are there, like, so we're as he's digging through looking for any valuables that can be looted,
Yep.
are there bodies there, like corpses?
No, there's no corpses. They're just carvings along the wall as you go down on either side. They're carvings of people. It almost looks like so meta-wise, like the carvings you'd see inside of like a pyramid, like the hieroglyphics that are telling the story all down. That's more or less what you're seeing.
Gotcha. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like, you know how in really old churches there's like carvings on the walls and there's tombs behind them.
Yeah, no. These ones are not like that at all.
Okay.
In Devian, you do not sense that there are any sort of traps.
No traps on this door from what I can see. I'm guessing it's locked up. Can I try to open it?
Yeah, it doesn't budge. It feels like it's barred from the other side.
Yeah, this one's completely reinforced.
Well, Bolivar, you could try it again. You're really good at opening those doors before.
Yes, I'll try.
He takes a step back.
It opens inward or out into the room or towards us.
You would have to push it to open it.
Push it. Okay. I'll give it a good push.
It is reinforced really well.
Well, this one's being stubborn.
On the other side of it.
You guys are just like watching, like as Bolivar is attempting to open this door, and it's just not budging.
I'm gonna pull out my crowbar that I have in my backpack and see if I can start prying it somewhere. You know, kind of wedge it in where the knob is on the inside. See if I can kind of dig into it, break out the latch a little bit.
Yeah. There's no way to actually use it, is there? Because I know you have a proficiency with it.
I might.
I'm pretty sure you do. What that would do is that'll give you advantage on your strength checks. Seems how you can use it as a lever. So go ahead and do another one with advantage.
This door's being quite stubborn.
Yeah, you guys are watching as he's got the crowbar out and he's like jamming it in there and he's wiggling it loose and it's still not budging at all.
Roger comes over to try to assist.
I mean, he's already doing it at advantage.
Devin's looking around the door, around the walls, see if there's anything.
What's the door made of?
Yeah, it looks like it's made out of some sort of a metal, like an iron door.
Is there any sort of handle or mechanism that allows it to open?
There's a handle on it, just a normal like button latch handle, like you would press down with your thumb.
Hard though. Like it's turning, right? Like it's not.
Oh
locked.
yeah. It doesn't feel locked. It feels like it's barred from the other side.
Any
tricks? What was that trick you had to get everything to the other side? You have a way to get him to see things?
Is there? No, not exactly. But is there is there like a gap under the store?
There's probably a small gap. I wouldn't say it's anything. I mean, we're talking centimeters.
Centimeters. He'd have to be willing. But there's no
there are
guarantee
other
that...
people in this group.
Right, yeah, there are, but you're the scout, so.
There you go, Divian. We'll call it a team building exercise.
So my plan would be, I think the only thing that I've seen so far that could get underneath that little opening would probably be some sort of a beetle. So how would you feel about being a beetle for a little bit?
I feel like I'm gonna get stepped on.
Not if you're quick.
Do it. Do it.
I mean, you're dexterous, right? You seem built for that type of thing.
I am willing, but not if there are people on the other side of that door that can stop me before I open it.
But they just won't notice you.
You're just a bug.
Yes. Be
I don't think
sneaky.
they have anything.
I open the door as a bug.
I've
Right.
never healed a
Well,
bug
you'll be able to
before,
see if
and it
there.
will be a good learning experience.
You'd be able to see if there was people or not at that point, and you can just choose not like, you know, come out if there isn't, right? Come out, back out if there isn't people, and then flap your wings twice, and then I'll stop concentrating once you get back to the other once you get back to the other side. If there is people, just come out. How's that?
Hey, Cliff, really quick question.
Yeah.
If you are like polymorphed, can you still use your spells?
No.
No, yeah.
But
You
Bug
can-
waving arms.
You gain the
You
skills
can
of
only
whatever your
do
poly does.
what that creature could do.
I'm guessing that creature cannot use mirror image.
Most beetles cannot.
Could something could be cast on it though, right?
Polymorph a wizard in its
Okay,
room.
okay, I have an idea. I'm going to let you polymorph me. I'm gonna keep
Uh-huh.
my raven here. If my
You're gonna keep
raven,
your what?
my,
Oh.
my raven is gonna stay with you.
Okay.
My raven is going to stay on the floor. If it flies up, that means undo it so I can open the door.
Okay.
If it starts pecking at the door,
Mm-hmm.
that means there are people. And if there are people and they find me,
This is taking too long.
I already have the image of this place in my mind, and I can get back if I want.
I'm gonna take a swing at this door with Vardrock's hammer.
With Vardrock's hammer?
The one he lent to me, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and do a attack roll.
Kevin Vardrock's eyes were totally glazing over as you were explaining all these things your raven might do.
Go ahead and roll
I
damage.
definitely seem to be paying attention.
Is it? Is it swinging at me?
Yeah, for some reason you're swinging at yourself. Are you targeting yourself or anything?
Yeah,
I
he
just
is.
moving around. I don't.
Stop hitting yourself.
Here, I'm gonna untarget you. Go ahead and do a straight attack roll.
That's what I did, except I had a D4 added.
Oh, no, I mean like damage wise. Do the damage.
Yeah, damage. Okay.
The D4 is from
Yeah.
the guidance, I think.
Was it black?
Yeah, so you take a swing at this door, just tink, put a nice dent in it, and you could see that it like bent the frame slightly, where you could see like into the other room, but you're basically just seeing like the jamb of the door on the other side.
Now we can see. Can you pass through it?
Can I see into the other room? Like actually into it?
I mean, from the way that this is dented right now, you can see like just inside the door frame. Like you can't see the opening of the room.
Definitely
Right.
taking a second swing.
Better idea. Spider.
So I can bite someone at least.
Well, you can climb on the walls. No fear of being stepped on.
You hit it, and it doesn't really seem to have much give with this hit.
Not
Okay.
much.
Come here real quick. He beckons Devian over. Right. I'm gonna polymorph you, and I'm gonna put my finger down and pick you up, okay?
What was it?
Hold
Oh my
on.
god, what is going on right now?
We are beating up the door.
You rolled a 1
Dude,
And like with every hit on the door,
Doorbane or something, except
with every
reverse.
hit on the door, Marith is like
Vardrock, the mighty warrior, defeated by every door.
Hey John, you dislocated your shoulder for 8 rounds.
If we're not in combat, he's gonna pop it back in.
Stop it, I can't think.
Good attempt, friend.
If this goes wrong, he might be half spider. Who knows?
Spider. I hate spiders.
You can do that,
Do
right?
spider. Don't do spider.
Belvar, if I give you the strength of an ox, do you think you can batter that door down?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go ahead and charge it again.
John,
Much
go ahead
quiet
and
solutions.
roll damage. Wait. Are you attacking yourself?
Well, at this point, if anybody's in here, they already know we're here, so there's not much point in being stealthy. So you know.
Targeting myself.
Untarget yourself and then roll damage.
Why is everyone doing this?
Yeah, I think they knew you were here from the traps.
So yeah, boom. You can see in there a little bit now. The door frame is bent slightly at the top, where you can actually see in.
Yeah, I'm barreling into it.
Malavar, our key is working.
Yes.
That's not.
Can I take another strength check to try and smash it down?
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys could keep either trying to do that or
Who's
attacking
hitting
it.
Bartrock?
Probably me.
Wow, you rolled a 1 and a 4. Not, yeah. The way that you guys bent it in, it's bent in this way, so you can't really get a good grip around the outside of it to be able to do any damage to it.
Wait, that wasn't right. All right, Vardok, smack it again.
All right, do the bug.
Good idea.
Oh, you want to be a bug?
We're not getting anywhere with
It doesn't
Okay.
seem.
Yes, we are.
No. So that second one, you didn't. When you hit it, it didn't feel like you did much damage to it at all.
Okay. I use polymorph, and I polymorph Devian into a scarab beetle.
Okay.
Did he consent to this?
Yeah, he said he did.
All right.
So hold on, let me take that off.
I feel like I need a perception and an insight check.
Yeah.
And then
Start
I'm
with
going
that.
to kind of.
Beetle.
I probably don't notice that.
I'm gonna put my hand down and pick him up if he crawls into my hand. I'm gonna
Yes.
kinda, like,
Aw, caress him.
and then I'm going to like kind
It's
of
a
like
dung beetle.
inch my way past these guys into this little door frame here, and I'm gonna like put my hand up to that little opening to let Devian crawl in.
Marith, I have another hammer if you want it.
I'm good. And he's just trying to like angle his hand right so that, and then before Devian goes in, he leans into his hand and he whispers, "Scarabs can crawl on surfaces as well."
Doing with that scarab?
As soon
It's
as
Devian.
he hears Vardok
Um,
talking, he takes off.
Devian, go ahead and give me a stealth check immediately.
He's a bug. They can come in here. It's Sandy.
I'm sure he's got some good advantages with it.
As soon as you come into the room, you notice that there are 4 people on the flank of each side of the door waiting for someone to come through it.
I'm gonna find where Devian left his bird and watch. I'm just going to stare at it
They should have been
intently.
helping.
Devian is just going to go right back into
They're like, nice, these guys can't get through this door.
that room.
Marith is just staring at your bird. He's
I-
like knelt down at this point, like making eye contact with it.
All right, I am crawling on my raven, and I'm just gonna stand on its head.
Oh. Marith looks at you in this beetle form, and he holds out one hand like, well, like, what? And he almost looks like he's questioning this bird. He's just like, what happened?
Both cock your heads to the side.
You were supposed to open the door, doofus.
I'm going to take control of my bird and just shake his head.
No, no, what? What do you mean no? Is there no people on the other side? Is it no, don't go in? Right.
No, he couldn't
Flap
open it.
once. Flap
How long
once.
does this last for? Can you end it?
Flap once.
Doesn't seem like it does
for-
much damage to it.
Flap once for don't go in. Flap twice for break the door down.
He flaps 3 times.
At,
Oh,
at
God.
the second,
Devian.
at the second clap, Balbar says 2 claps, and he charges it, completely ignoring the 3rd clap. There we go.
How do I like
Have
try
we
to break
gotten?
out of this spell?
Jeez.
Hey, Balvar, let's charge at the same time.
Does
Marith
it, does
rolls
it,
his eyes and he undoes his polymorph.
is that not enough to?
No.
I hope you're not stepping on your bird.
Yeah, he's on his bird, so his bird is dead. I'm not even joking. His bird is dead.
Yes.
Oh no!
Sorry.
The bird only has 1 hit point and is 1d8
Still
bludgeoning
funny.
damage for that.
The
Kind of sucks. Still funny.
well, I mean, is he like bleeding out, or is he just straight up?
Oh, his bird is dead.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
like,
it's dead. Like
disappears.
he was standing on its head, He went
Oh.
full size.
Yeah, birds don't weigh very much.
Yeah, no.
Is there
Well, I hope you
there-
learned your lesson.
is there any blood?
I don't know
That's
what it
important.
is.
No,
No.
it just
okay.
like dissipates into like black mist.
Okay. Makes you feel any better? There are lots of birds.
Wow.
Like, nah, that's not what's worrying me. There are 4 guards on the other side. They are guarding the door as soon as we get in. So let's get in there and fucking get them.
Hope they didn't
That
hear
is the
that.
opposite reaction
I'm
of
gonna
what
get-
anyone else would say.
I'm gonna get my trusty pike ready.
Okay, well,
Rodrock, take a swing.
Let's charge at the same time.
I'm gonna come
Relax.
over here.
Right, Cliff, we're gonna try and synchronize our charge into the door.
Okay.
This one, well.
The fucking
Oh,
door
geez.
is not supposed to be this difficult.
We're all rolling shit today,
I mean,
apparently.
that was a good strength check I rolled. I mean, it can't get a whole lot better. So, and the door's
Lock-
open.
Is there any way you can lock
So-
something?
I mean, it's a tough as hell
Oh,
door.
Yeah,
There
that's Vex had tried.
we go.
Unlock it. Oh, look at that.
Fuck you, door.
Fuck
I
you,
mean,
door.
the funny thing is, that's not that's not even the DC of the door.
What?
That's not the
And
DC
as
of the
they
door.
swing, Mareth is like raising his voice. He's like, "You idiots!
And-
It's an ambush."
I mean, are you take? Yes, we're about to
Yeah.
ambush them. Maybe,
Exactly.
No,
They
on
won't
the
know what
other
hit them.
side of the door.
maybe that doesn't.
They're waiting.
Is Devian
Excellent.
still a beetle?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wish this bird.
Yeah, no, the 23 doesn't do it.
Alright, I guess we should just leave. It would be a shame if they came after us.
Do you say that like extra loud? Like
Yes, I do.
it would be.
And then,
a
like, you turn and
shame.
walk like loud steps and quieter steps, and you duck down like.
This door is just too hard to break
Yes, come
down.
downstairs. We'll be gone now.
Okay, Cliff.
Mhm.
That's a nat 20 though.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't factor in that we both, these two massive guys, just put
I
their
mean,
shoulder into
The
it.
two of us were pretty strong.
The metal
Door's
door.
damaged. And it was net 20. I mean, if we're not at this point, Balabar is like, this door will not open. Just keep hitting it, I suppose.
go ahead and roll damage, John.
Damn it. I guess just got my hammer damage.
Well, yeah, whatever like you were swinging at it with.
Well, we were both like trying to synchronize putting our shoulders into it.
You guys are just trying to push it open strength-wise?
Yep.
I mean, we were, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine. You guys keep pushing at it and then take a step back and run together and charge into it, and you hear the metal like creaking on the other side and the door starting to open a little bit. And finally, with one more pop to it, it just pops open, slams forward, and what do you guys do?
Fist bump Balabar.
what'd you say?
You guys knock the door open.
Oh.
Ardrock, shield up front. A spear behind you. Time for an ambush.
Yes.
But someone's got a fireball to throw in there or something.
Hardrock puts his shield down, like halfway covering him and Balavar.
I don't really know what our new friends do.
Drew, put those arms away. This is a PG-13 chat.
What?
PG-13.
Yeah.
The fuck?
In the beginning of this, we almost killed a kid.
Trust me.
No,
Good point.
Trust me quickly.
Balabar almost
Wait.
killed Devian.
Wait. Both of you look away from that
Uh-oh.
door. Trust me.
I stare into Ardrock's eyes.
Oh no.
I feel
We're
like
having a moment.
He looks at Vardrock and he says, "Look away."
He's got his eyes closed.
All right. I'm going to
Yes, I like it.
cast hypnotic pattern inside the door. Like right around here.
Okay.
If I can like sneak past them really quick or just like share the square with Bolivar. I'm tiny.
It'll make it difficult for Bolivar and I to ambush them.
No, it won't.
I'll move.
This will be great.
So should I target all of them then? Because they'll all be able to see it.
What is a 30-foot radius?
It is 30-foot cube. My range is 120 feet. So I could actually just be comfortable. So it's, let's see, if the point of origin is this square, it would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30. Damn, that's a big cube. Right, so it would hit all of them, yeah? It's a 30-foot cube.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to grab this guy too in the back?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So top left is immune.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom left is immune. And everybody else is under your hypnotic gaze.
Okay. That should give you some advantage. Go.
Excellent. Let's charge. Ambush time.
Marith backs up some more.
Have we opened the door yet?
Go ahead and roll initiative.
I can open my eyes now.
Yes. Damn. Bolivar, hey.
Hey.
What do we see straight to the west there? Straight left.
You see this semi-transparent ghost-like creature, this black scraggly hair that appears to be waving all on its own like it was underwater almost.
So much for Drew's bedtime.
I mean, I got a little bit in me, and then you guys will be fine without me if we don't get through it. Okay.
And Bolivar, it's your turn.
Cool. I'll charge in. I'll take the left. I'm gonna target the close. I assume I see like human dudes,
Yeah.
human-looking dudes.
Yep.
All right, armor, weapons.
Yep. Well, they're wearing robes and they have maces. Yeah.
No armor. That's excellent. All right. Let's go ahead.
Marith kind of yells and he says, "Don't hit the ones that look distracted."
I that's the closest one to me, right?
Yeah. He looks distracted.
All right, I will target that one instead. But I
Nope.
will stand here.
You gonna target what one?
Bottom left,
Okay.
who does not look distracted.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Let's see. It's been a little bit here. I think I probably need to re-rage.
It doesn't look like it.
Okay. I'm not sure how to make it go away when duration's up and stuff. So, okay. So, all right. Then I will just go swinging. Going all out. Reckless attacks. There we go. There's my old reliable.
You can hit him from 10 feet away with that?
Sure.
Damn.
Yeah, I get extra range with spears. That's
Jesus Christ.
you get the extra space.
Nice.
Mental note: do not piss off the giant.
Should be
Okay.
anyway, right?
Again.
Never piss off a giant.
That's not Balavar's motto, though.
All right. There's that. Oh, I'm going to re-roll that 2 into a 6. So 4 additional damage.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and do Maneuvering Strike. I think it does do damage. Awesome. And I'm going to use it on Vardrock to give him half his movement right now. Come join me. You take the
Let me
right.
know when that minute is. When my hypnotic pattern is up.
That's 10 rounds.
Okay.
And then
Oh, there's a little marker. Cool. Thanks.
just have a half attack. But I mean, can I move? Is movement? Oh, train's coming. That's not gonna be that loud. Is movement broken? Like I can move, attack, and then move, or is
Oh,
movement
yeah. You can take up to your full movement distance throughout your turn whenever.
Okay, yeah. So I could go ahead and keep. Just this thing doesn't look distracted, does it?
No, not at all. Oh, yeah, that one's distracted too.
Oh, this one is.
Yeah, the bottom left and top left were the only two that were immune to it.
Okay, I guess I'll just move in a little bit here and target this dude up here for the half attack.
Now, with that half attack speed, Cliff, do I have enough time to round that corner and see which one of the two of them on the right looks a little dazed and confused?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so he's going to approach the one that
Okay.
doesn't.
That's it. I am good.
Right, and this thing should be. Why are they not showing that he is in any sort of daze? Oh, you didn't do the effect, did you, afterwards?
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I can target them and do it if you want me to.
Yeah, target the 3 that are dazed and do it.
Yeah. It's the inner 2 next to the door and then the big guy, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
And for the incapacitation, do they get to roll on every turn, or are they just like that for a minute?
It just says until I lose concentration or until they are hit.
Perfect. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even get a save.
They did initially, and that's
They
it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It also says though, if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Yeah. If it gets hit, it's uncharmed automatically.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent maneuver.
All right, Debian.
Everyone's attacking, so I can focus fire with them. Vardrock, you're attacking the one above, right?
Correct.
Forgot I gotta pull this whole thing up now.
Aw, that was mine.
Why are these guys? Oh. Okay.
Then, where is that? Cliff, how do I activate that power on my bow?
Hold on. Which one did you just attack?
The one above Vardrock.
Oh, he did. Okay, never mind. Did you do damage to that one too, Balabar?
Yeah, it was my half attack.
Okay.
Which was 4 too, so it was max damage.
Damn, you have a reach. Holy shit.
Yeah, 10 feet. It's crazy.
I mean, it's just all the pole arms just get 1 extra space. Hell, I was going to do one of the Battle Master maneuvers. It gives you another 5 feet on your attack. Oh god, yeah. It just that's all it does. I mean, all of them do extra damage, but it hasn't
Yeah, but,
really
like,
been.
15 feet when it's not a projectile is pretty awesome.
No, it is. Heck yeah.
Oh, so you can you don't have to do anything to use it. Just you can move 15 feet after you get a. If you reduce a creature to 0, you automatically can move an additional 15 feet.
Oh my god.
Wait, me?
Yeah, you. That's what your bow does.
No. As
Oh.
an action, you could do 1+ damage for 10 rounds. How do I activate that one?
Oh, you just say you're going to activate it and remember to do a 1 on your damage.
Okay. Attack this guy next to Vardrock.
Did you hit the one closest to the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Never fucking listen. People don't listen to me.
The other 2 are dead.
Oh.
They're like, alright, let's just leave those ones. They're distracted.
Well, let's just leave the rest of here, I suppose.
Alright, ending my turn there.
All right. Raina, your turn.
Okay. I'm just moving into position.
Go ahead and smack one. Smack one near the door.
Are there any? Are the only ones that are still up dazed?
Yes.
Well, no, the one to the right of the door is now not dazed.
One to the right of the door from
Yeah.
which direction?
The one directly above Devian, directly to the right of Vardrock.
So okay, so Raina's right, yeah.
Smack it.
All right.
You could hit it with a hammer.
That's what I'm
Okay.
doing, Belivar.
Yes, I haven't seen you do that in a while.
Did you haven't been around for a while?
Still might not see her do it.
Yes, why
Fuck
not?
off. Cliff.
Round
Oh.
in the back of my head.
Don't forget, you get an extra D8 radiant damage.
Oh right, I totally forgot about that.
What's that from?
It's
From my,
the life cleric
domain
domain thing. At like 8th level, it gives her the power. It's like radiant
Yeah.
attack thing. Once per round, I think.
Yes, I need to remember that. So that should be 13.
Well, it's a 1d8. You'd have to roll another d8.
Oh, okay. Derp.
Divine
10.
strike.
Divine strike.
Yep, when she hits a creature with a weapon attack once per turn, she could just do one extra D8 radiant. I think it kind of helps balance out that they don't get any extra attacks or anything. Good flavor.
Who's healing these fuckers?
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I did. I undid it.
Oh.
Oh, that's funny. I thought you rolled something to heal. I was like, no, Rena.
It's the opposite of what you want to
I
do.
hit them, and then I cast Cure Wounds on them.
All right. Anything else you're doing on this round, Raina?
Nope.
All right, Vardrock.
Since this one died in front of him,
The dude to your north is dead.
yeah, I know. He's gonna turn the other one.
Yeah, he's got a hat and a couple arrows, I think.
Yeah, he's going to see. Let me make sure my smite is active. Okay, yep. And yeah, he's going to go for this guy's fucking head. All right.
This poor guy.
Like,
Oh my
Yep,
god.
got him.
and
He's kind of dead.
like everyone in this knows Vardrock enjoys battle, but like when he puts
Marith,
this
look
hammer
away.
through this guy's head, like it
There's a reason why I didn't go into the room.
he fucking Gallagher's this guy's head. And it's like he doesn't have that usual joy in his eyes. It just looks like pure
Whoa, wait, what?
kill.
He doesn't have the joy in his eyes.
No, he just looks like he is nothing but the intent to kill in his eyes. And then he's gonna turn.
Rough day at the office, Valdrak.
And let's see.
Good thing these fellows are here.
I don't think I can. 'Cause I can only attack one. Well,
You have your full movement and any bonus actions.
yeah.
I think we should kill the ugly thing.
Yes.
I'm thinking. No, I probably can't use a spell as my second attack, right? Because I took one swing and died.
Not unless you got something special that would be
Yeah.
like a battle mage thing or
You
Spell
can
knife.
you could still move and take your second attack though.
what is that?
It doesn't have
Eldritch
to be on the
Knife.
same creature, I don't believe.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. All right, then he's gonna go over to this other guy.
I'm sure that's fine.
I thought that's what Cleave did, and that's what made Cleave really cool, was that you could continue attacking even though you downed a foe.
Let me see. I'm
Well, he
checking.
specifically has 2 attacks he can do per turn.
Well,
Mhm.
okay. It specifically says you can attack twice.
Yeah, you
instead
get 2
of
attacks when you use
once
the attack action. So
Whenever
they
you
just
take
you
the
break.
attack action. So, is putting the movement in between those attack actions?
No, that's completely fine to do.
Yeah, it seems totally. Yeah, that's I
Okay.
think that's a good call.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, unless it specifically says that it has to be on the same target or anything like that, you can break it up however you see fit.
All right. And he is going to do the same because, yeah, this Divine Smite is not. All right. So, yeah. Ooh, I'm going to use 2 PP points. We're just going to do that. Yeah.
All right.
That's a little better. I think I got him with a 30. And he is with that same evil look in his eyes. He takes another swing at this guy.
Okay.
And he's done.
All right, Ukto, your turn. You can make your way to the door.
Okay, so under divine ability, it says that I have a turn undead feature.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing that all clerics have, but then proceeds to not give me any rules on how that works. And I've been trying to find it, and I've got nothing. Also, I just looked it up because I was curious. I was like, but I thought, so I haven't, this is the first time I've ever played 5th edition. Apparently in this version, Cleave lets you do an additional attack with the same weapon on the same target or an adjacent creature.
Yep. So for your channel and divinity turn undead, as an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer censuring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, it's turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. Turn creature must spend its turn trying to move as far from you as it can, and it cannot willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use dash action to try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere for it to move, the creature can use the dodge action.
Does that do any damage to the undead?
No.
The way to do that would be to have a different power that would use your channel divinity.
I saw something in one of them about it does radiant damage, so that's why I was trying to clarify.
The basic turn undead does not.
Yeah, it looks like the light domain, channel divinity, Radiance of Dawn probably does.
I need to just get the book. I'm so confused. There's so many, and they all have different information, and it's just the fucking worst.
Well, the online resources are super good.
Yeah, role playing's good.
Yeah, look
Have
at
you picked-
D&D Beyond has a lot of good info on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you picked a domain for your
Yes,
cleric?
I have, but I built this character in like an afternoon.
Oh yeah.
So mistakes may have been made.
That's fine. What domain did you go with?
A really obscure one that's turning out not to be very useful because I didn't quite know what I was doing. Sounded really fun and then ended up not really working out. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll just live with it. It's okay. We all make
It'll get more
mistakes.
interesting.
When you're feverishly trying to build a character. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the turn undead feature, just to kind of keep it away from the door. I'm gonna use turn undead on the thing.
Okay.
I think I'm within range.
Are you within 30 feet of it?
It's not in a square.
You're just within 30 feet of it. So yeah, as you cast the turn undead, that removes the charmed effect from it. But yeah, so it is feared right now. Are there any bonus actions or anything you want to do?
I don't know that I have any. So it's all good.
All right. All right, so this guy that you hit, Vardrak, is attempting to hit you, and once he realizes that he's like in over his head, he just casts Sanctuary on himself.
I mean, you can take that swing if you want to.
He did. And Marith, it is your turn.
Okay. Hearing the absolute bloodshed in the next room, I'm going to drop my spell because it seems like things are going well.
It's not that bad in here.
No.
Come on out. Some heads on shoulders.
Hear a strange dripping noise.
I'm
Two,
going
maybe.
To, come up behind. I'm going to come up behind Vakta and give her greater invisibility.
Cool.
So she has an entire minute.
Okay.
And attacks won't be effective. It won't affect her. Then I'm going to use my bonus action. I think I'm going to move up a little bit more and purposely look up at the ceiling. And use my bonus action to use Mantle of Inspiration, which allows me to use one of my bardic inspiration to grant myself a wondrous appearance. When I do so, choose a number of creatures you can see and that can see you within 60 feet of you, up to a number equal to my charisma modifier, which is 5. For them, gains 5 temporary hit points. When a creature gains these temporary hit points, it can immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So I'm going to... I'll target Vakta and Reyna, because she's like a battle cleric.
Yeah.
And then Devian and this red guy right here, Vardrak, and Balavar. And then I'm going to do... And any of you can immediately move. I think it's... Move up to your speed.
Go up to speed, yeah. Nice.
Yep. As a reaction to what?
All right. So is anybody moving?
I did.
What happened to that guy took a swing? Now he gotta die.
I mean, did you even notice he took a swing though?
Probably not. He's gotta die anyway.
If I make you roll a perception check, you wouldn't have noticed.
I feel like Vakta would most definitely move.
Yeah.
Probably behind something. Probably the big thing.
Yeah, but she doesn't really have that great of ability to move. But she is invisible though.
Mm-hmm.
And Devian, did you move already?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else you're
have
doing?
the ability to move up to your speed if you would like to.
I don't think I need to. I'll just edge right into here. This guy dead?
Everybody's dead except for the guy directly below Marith.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
undead thing, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, and the undead thing. Sorry.
I'll be here then.
I mean, technically
oh,
dead.
yeah, wondrous appearance. I look wondrous and gorgeous. Look at me
You do.
in all my elfy glory.
Fabulous.
Oh.
I see nothing.
All right.
The same.
All right, then go back. You don't get that. You don't get the bonus. All right, and Balavar, it is your turn.
Excellent. I attack this thing recklessly.
Which is going to remove its fear.
Likely.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it affects it or not. So
No, it will for sure.
it's a ghostly. I can't strike it.
Wow, you rolled the same thing twice in a row. That's nuts.
Oh yeah, because it changed. Hey, there's a hit.
Powers don't count as using a slot, do they?
Huh?
Something listed under powers, like they're
I'm gonna go ahead and action surge.
like it's above cantrips, so I wouldn't think that they would use a slot.
I don't think so then.
I don't think I've ever used my power as a
It's impossible to hit. It keeps passing through it. Too many things here to swing. There we go. Alright, there we go. It's quick and wispy. Cliff,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Ah. Got to resolve this battle.
Actually, I gotta go sleep too, so that's pretty good.
We can call it here then. We'll freeze
Oh,
battle.
I mean, you guys might be able to wrap up.
Well, I mean, if John's got to go, you got to go.
John's gotta go too, and yeah. Okay.
So might as well wrap it up here.
Yeah.
To be continued. But just know that this thing is no longer frightened. Definitely not incapacitated. And as soon as you hit it, it just chuckles and goes, "You fools!" And then it slides over here. Go ahead and do attack of opportunity.
You bet.
You know what else he ain't? He ain't shit.
Go ahead and get that hit off on him. He goes over there and he takes both of his hands and he does like an upward thrusting motion. And as he does, you just see this like purple energy like burst through the floor, through the corpses of these guys.
That's why they didn't disappear.
And you see their bones snap back into, and anything that you've done, the one guy's head that you Gallaghered, you see it like start to like glob back together. And their crooked bodies stand back up. And then they just all look at you with this kind of purple glaze in their eyes.
I'm not in a good spot.
And that's where we'll end it at, guys.
I have more.
This is fine.
I have more.
Good.
So thank you guys for playing. Thanks for staying here a little bit later than you guys normally do. I hope you guys are enjoying this.
Yeah.
Thanks to
Dungeon
everybody that was
crawl was
watching.
good.
Not that fucking door.
Doors.
That door has a DC of 25.
God.
So yeah, so thank you guys again. Big thank you to FaZe for doing a gift sub to Grinch. If you guys don't know, I always raid FaZe, and you should know who he is. But if not, FaZe the gamer, dude's awesome. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I'll be doing some more something. I don't know what game we'll play yet, but I'll do something. So I will go ahead and play WoW. I do need to play WoW. I haven't played in a while. I need to level my dude up. Who is on right now? We need to raid somebody.
Hey, I'm gonna sneak off.
Yep,
Good
see ya.
seeing But
Bye. I'm also gonna go.
Bye.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Night,
Good night.
Bye.
FaZe isn't on. How am I supposed to fucking raid him if he's not on?
God, we can't even end it till he gets on.
Right, yeah, I'm just gonna keep going now.
Jeez, everybody dipped.
Yeah, they got a raid.
Fucking nerds.
Little Dragon's playing some Fortnite with 2 viewers. Hey, they got a cam. Let's do that. So thank you guys again. Have a beautiful night. You're a nerd. See you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and I'll make it a longer stream to make up for the 2 days absence. So see you guys. Have a great night.